as I begin recording. So, you've been trudging through the Morbog for a total of 24 days, nearly a month now, battling various undead, combating the Black Dragonborn house of Mortithax. Vellum has been captured by them, and you've made your way to the landmark known only as the Sunken Ruins to rescue him, and for Angus Brackenbrick to seek out the ancestral wisdom of the infamous runesmith known as Bron the Blackened. You killed Mortithax once, but her being a necromancer, the Black Dragoness had her way to... she had her ways to cheat death. You aim to delve into the very depths of the Sunken Ruins, to the deathly Undercity, once called Morthholm, by the deep dwarves that once inhabited it. Rescue your kidnapped friend, and put the sword to Mortithax a second and a final time. It's here that we left the Hammer Strike as they were about to descend into the very depths of this hellish place. The first individuals to enter in nearly 200 years. The apex of one of these ancient ziggurats recently reopened after centuries, after having tricked the remaining forces of the Black Dragonborn that were trying to gain entry to this place, and causing them, as well as the Dragonlance that was leading this effort, to pursue a non-existent enemy northwards. You all looked upon the ruined stairway that descends into darkness. A ghastly chill runs up your spines. So, let's bring you all back. Right, so Ticalia kind of pipes up and says, "As much as I was able to aid you with the knowledge of this place's location, I'm afraid my knowledge stops here. I'm not familiar with the inner workings of Dwarven strongholds, nor the layout of this place."
Oh, well, that's half the fun. You're discovering bold new places and finding long lost secrets and
like, oh god, I didn't mean to go that far. Shit. I have already guffawed and snafu'd. Well, I'm on the other map now.
Well, it's alright. He'll trigger any traps. We're good, guys.
I was about to say he starts shambling past Liska, who I assumed was probably going to stop him once more from just blitzing on ahead. But then I went to the new map and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Did you forget the Janner has doors?
Yeah.
Well, they're invisible, so.
I like to imagine it. New things to explore as you just
walking
the fuck down.
As Hurlbert.
Can I make that cannon?
yeah. As Hurlbert descends slowly down into the darkness, Takada kind of turns towards you, Angus, and goes, "You spoke last night of potential traps. I don't mean to presume, but perhaps you might be more suited to act as guide to this place."
Well, I mean, it's fair to presume I am a dwarf, you know, as he looks at the proper armor, from a stronghold. Now it's a little bit newer, but perhaps the information and knowledge will transfer over. I have to stick me toes in, so to speak, to actually sort of figure out what it is.
Of course. And so at that point, Severe kind of looks around towards the outside, outside of the doors with this kind of concerned look on his face. Perhaps Tikali and I should keep watch behind us, make sure we're not followed.
I mean, kind of looks to the others. We're not planning on sneaking from here on out, I take it.
Not necessarily, but we should at least tread with some caution.
Oh, I agree, caution, but not necessarily, you know, our buddy here doing his, why do I want to say it's past gas and trace, but it's not, is it?
I'm afraid that is worn off by now.
Okay, so yeah, I don't have the ability to use the spell past gas and trace, but if he's the only one that does, it's gonna be real hard because, well, now it's worn off. He sort of bounces on his toes a bit, and he just rattles and jingles like mad. I'm not very quiet, and I'm not very deft, so they're hearing me.
Cloud just looks from Arngrim, or Angus, sorry, to Nysken and back. We're carrying enough metal to outfit your tank with another layer. I think stealth is out the window.
Well, he points to Liska. She's fucking quiet. She doesn't. And he kind of like pats at her calf a little bit. Like her calf or towards her knee, which he has to sort of reach up to even get that high. Just kind of like, look, do the bounce. Show him.
Sure, Liska will do a little hop in place just because. Why not?
And the mithril armor she's wearing, it is silent.
That's some well-made mithril right there. You can truly tell the craftsmanship, not just riveted at the links themselves, but on the loose points. No bounce, no jiggle, hard as a rock. And he kind of like punches her in the calf lightly. Suits ya.
Make sure you're careful coming down the stairs, young'uns. It's very uneven.
Yeah. you hear his voice echo from above, from beneath, rather.
Okay, perhaps it's time we go.
Okay. You two stay here, make sure nothing sneaks up behind us. If anything really bad happens, you know where the tank is. Severe, lead them back there, get on the guns, light it the hell up. It won't be able to move.
If you want me to stay here, I can do that. I was thinking that leading from behind and keeping an eye out behind us.
Oh, I thought you meant staying here, so...
I can stay here if you like.
I mean, you're perhaps the most keen person. I don't know, I feel like you should probably accompany us. Like, if someone's coming, they're coming. Like, you'd have to go find us anyway. I don't know, just keep a little ways behind us and keep an eye out.
Of course.
Are you, as he points to Kalia, are you not wanting to come in?
And I would...
Is that what you're implying?
That was similar to what I was implying, yes.
Okay, so you want to stay behind, not you.
I would prefer to come with you, see the end of Mortifex myself. But...
Oh, then why did you mention staying here?
I was...
How many?
Looking to
I think everybody wants to go. We just want people to look behind us and make sure nothing follows us, yes?
Exactly.
Just looks around to... Okay, let's go.
I'm okay.
as you all begin to descend into the darkness below.
I guess scoot Herbert a little bit so people can actually spawn on. Or, like, not get clusterfucky the second they arrive. You just see Herbert dusting himself off, no worse for wear.
Oh, hello.
Alright, old timer. How many new bruises?
Oh, why would I have bruises?
Did you not fall?
Did I?
Did you?
I don't remember. Ooh, ruins!
He sent...
I'm trying to apply the active effects of lights and it's not letting me.
You have to target yourself.
Target myself?
Yeah, you have to target yourself.
Not working.
Weird.
Still, I have the little red circle with the cross.
Right, hang on. Let me go ahead and... Oop. There you go.
Alright, add that to the list of things you need to fix, Janet.
It should have worked. I don't know why it didn't.
Running with.
Either way,
Yeah.
Angus got lights, I got the lumen light lanterns, we're covered.
Alright, as you descend into darkness below, the scent of mildew and damp moss of ages fills your noses, and a chill hangs in the air.
Oh, I love that. Reminds me of history.
The stairs kind of continue to descend one after the other. The sound of trickling water accompanies you on the way down. Yes, you see two sets of stairs descending to your left and your right. The entire structure, it seems to sort of list to one side ever so slightly. You hadn't noticed it while above the surface, but now while you're inside the structure, it's more obvious here.
By the way, we're missing Aiden on this.
He's up there somewhere, but I think he's off the map. There we go.
There he is.
He had to wait for us to clear to go through because
Yeah.
Liska is thick.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a new corpse.
Click with a double C and a Q.
With a Q.
Oh, you're right.
So, which way are you going?
Well, over there seems to be a corpse.
Yes, you can see. You can see towards your. This would be your right. What looks like a burnt and charred corpse.
Does it look ancient or relatively newish?
You can see the charred flesh has probably been there for some time, and there's only a few remnants of it left. The rest of it is just sort of burnt bones.
Hmm.
Okay, which way are we headed, young man?
We want to investigate the corpse and see if that's the result of a conflict or a trap.
Ooh,
How do you feel on that?
I like that idea.
I was about to ask, are the flame-based traps common for dwarves?
They can be, depending upon the region. Some certain underground areas will have pockets of just flammable air in it. It's a great source of fuel. Can be used for all sorts of things. But if you pressurize it, you can have it spew out like that. Points at the corpse.
Like a burning hand spell.
Pretty much, eh? Think of it almost like alchemist's fire, right? And you can have that and like you're spitting it out through a straw.
Ooh, I can't wait to get a look at that corpse. I hope it's a juicy one.
Anybody with some sharp eyes care to see if it's got any little wires or odd things about? Make sure we're not going to stumble into something.
Flower just places a hand on Angus's shoulder and then just looks over him. Just
Mr. Short.
The benefit of being 4 feet tall, you can see right over him. You can shoot over him.
Yeah.
He's
Yes,
only 4 feet tall. He's
yeah,
a
but-
short dwarf.
yeah, but I don't want to deafen you.
He's
I
a
mean, I
short.
can now that I use my cantrip, but still. Perception check?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Before we roll, can I do guidance to help since I actively called for that to happen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Before you actually roll the thing, try and target me and then roll. I want to check something.
Yeah, try and cast guidance on him. See if that works. Hey, there you go.
Does add it.
Yay, works.
There you go.
I duly doubt I needed it, but
It's just a fun little option.
Yeah. I mean, you do quite well. It's one of those things, though, if he's gonna, say, hey, do this, you might as well help. So.
Alright, so 28. You're looking at the corpse. Let's see. You can see. You can definitely see that there is charring on the bones. The corpse itself, the bones look ancient. They've been there for at least a few decades or so. You can see the bones themselves do not appear to be dwarven. And in fact, let's see.
Also, as a quick note, this was more to look for traps than specifically about the skeleton.
Traps. You do not see anything out of place. At least in this alley of stairs here, from left to right.
well, good news. It does not look like it is trapped. But the corpse is not dwarven.
It actually looks human. Or at least the remnants of it. The skeletal structure.
Oh, goody.
Sort of narrows her eyes a little. Angus? Are we sure that this place only had dwarven people in it?
No. No. This is a place that was built with the aid of dwarves in their knowledge for Kusata's shamanistic tribes.
Alright.
Right?
Because
Then
that...
later on it got taken over by Nogdor's dwarven tribes. And now it's taken over by some scalies.
Zaurgen nods, because that looks like a human.
It looks like what?
A corpse.
Aye, it is a corpse.
It looks human.
That's a pretty old body then.
Yep. At least a few decades. Maybe even several.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, ruins like this with intact specimens.
Venture a
they're
bit.
really just the.
So go.
They're really just the people who built it. It's much like any excavation parties or treasure hunters. They sometimes find their way in here and kick the bucket.
Just poke.
You're going to poke the corpse. It kind of jostles a bit. The clacking of bones is audible throughout the hall, and as you all get a bit closer, you can see actually off towards the side, amidst a small pile of rubble, something sort of brown and charred poking out of the stone. Looks like some sort of burnt cloth. Leather, it's difficult to tell.
Ooh, maybe it's a tapestry. I do love tapestry.
By the way, if at any point during this crawl you want Herbert to stop, please, voice as such, because I'm gonna have him
Herbert
just
is
behave
way too chill about the fact that this is an old, decrepit crypt. We just witnessed a burnt corpse, and he's just archaeology mode.
Well, that's Herbert. I mean, people die in history. There's a lot of dead people in history. I dare say there's more dead people than alive people in history.
Now, as you kind of
absolutely true.
kind of rummage through the rubble, and you pluck out something very, very familiar to you. Though you don't wear them yourself, but you've known other people in your profession to wear such a thing. Best way I could describe it is some sort of explorer's cap, like this sort of broad-rimmed hat.
We just find Indiana Jones.
I remember these were quite popular back in my day. The very fashionable ones they were the blue ones with the red feathers. It was very popularized by some nobleman at some point.
Sort of stares at that.
Does anyone want a free hat? This isn't archaeologically relevant, so here you go.
He just sort of throws it back to everyone.
Yeah,
whoever wants it.
It's a burned and charred leather hat.
Yeah, I'll catch it.
You have a hat. Enjoy.
This is very likely some dungeon delver or explorer who found their way into this crypt from some temple rather, from some other entrance that has likely been lost to time by this point.
Looks like he had a doctorate at some point by the look of his skull structure.
Big head.
Definitely not Indiana Jones.
You can see as you kind of round the corner with your light, Angus. You can see what looks like char marks on the ground, impact marks.
Oh. Well, he definitely got fucking killed. In a not very easy way.
What do you mean?
Does it look like at all like when it was like he was trying to get away by getting up, or?
Let's see. It would seem that way. Yes. You can see sort of impact marks that trail up the stairs, and then seems to end in this very large char mark surrounding this corpse. It's kind of spread up the walls, up the ceiling, around the ground here as well, around the body.
And the stairs are going down, right?
Yes. And they seem to continue to descend. You can also see some sort of corner here into some sort of alcove.
That's interesting. It'd make more sense if, like, if points down the stairs, if those were higher and somebody was shooting from the top down. So I guess they were lobbing something at him, and it caught fire. So I guess, as he kind of looks at Herbert, you know about, history and past and things like that.
Oh, I like to think I do.
Do you know anything about if, like, some types of alchemical fire or things were often used by, like, Kusata's tribesmen?
That's a very, very niche. I'll try and think.
And Herbert will try and think. Sadly, I don't think my background feature helps me in this case, because there's nothing to do with anything.
Probably not, but you can roll a history check if you like. Let's see. You could either roll a history check or an arcana check. An arcana check would give you more information.
Well, Angus specifically asked about the historical side of it, so I'm going to go with history. They're both the same modifier, but
Hey.
Here you go.
Oh. How would I word this? I'm just going to DM you something real quick.
Okay. I feel the voices of wisdom and history speaking to me.
Okay. For some reason I was looking at Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and DM keep DMs to Foundry for now.
Okay, that's fair. So people on the stream or recording.
Yeah.
I remember something from 10 minutes ago, I think. Them floaty flappy buggers outside. The skull things. These could have done these very belligerent little things. And good luck trying to get one to follow your commands if you're not really adept with it. They can fly all over the place, and they really leave a mark if they hit you. Oh, I remember one man. I used to do an internship with him, and he used to make these things.
And then he's just going to ramble into a whole story, but the information is there that these were made by at least similar things to the flaming skull creatures we saw outside.
Oh my. So the skull creatures aren't only on the outside, so we need to be aware of that. As we go deeper, there may be skull sentries.
Seems to be the case.
Spooky, spooky stuff.
Well, I mean, we have the amulets, though.
This is also true. Hopefully the amulets will work for these as well. Alright lads, so we can continue to descend down this way a little bit further. There seems to be a right turn at a T-junction. It may be mirrored, to be honest, with the more flooded path behind us. But I'm concerned about going down the flooded path that descends, because that means it's just going to go into a water tunnel, and, well, it's hard to swim in armor.
Oh, swimming is easy, but it might be a significant damage to the structure if it's been water damaged. So you might be right there, Zenny. We headed the other way, or?
You know, let's go see how this junction down here is.
Okay.
So, question real quick,
Yep.
just to
Halfway.
keep track of what's in it. So, we went down the stairs. There was a corpse on the right path, and then what was up at the left path? It was underwater.
You saw. Yeah, I'll just say this to you. You saw what looks like sort of pools of water, nearly filled with sort of rubble from the ceiling above.
Okay, so nothing that we could check or bypass to look beyond it.
You could check if you like.
Sure. Can, like, Liska will ask Ducky and be like, and by Ducky I meant,
Second,
you know,
yeah.
And be like, hey, can we just check the other way just in case there might be a more obvious thing that would allow us to progress forward?
I'll have a look. And also, Janet, could you put a light on me since I have the lumen light lantern?
You should be able to use it actually. It's in your consumables, I think.
I think that's kind of...
Yeah, if you just hit the Lumenstone Lantern item in your consumables, it should give you some light. There you go.
It is.
As you bring out the Lumenstone Lantern, fills the nearby area with this sort of red hue of the crystal, and you can see sort of leaking from above. This trickle, there's a small trickle of water that's seemingly sort of been pooling here for a long time, and it seems to be flowing further on down the stairs towards the north. It does not seem to be flooded by any means.
I'm going to carefully step into it and look down.
Alright, you step into it, you look down, it seems to be trickling into another pool by another sort of another alcove in the wall towards your left.
And to avoid shouting, Sal will tap her earring aimed at Angus and then ask him, so, how far down does this go on your side?
Oh, if I had to guess,
Each let's see, each flight of stairs for like 5 feet. Yeah, it goes down 5 feet. So from, let's see, from here to
Like
where you are now,
15?
that's 15 feet down from where you are. So 15, another 30.
oh, it's a door.
Yes, you see what looks like a weathered stone door. This is very clearly of dwarven make. And in the centre of the door, you can see a sort of recess shaped like a hand. And you see branching out from the hand are several other recesses shaped like lines, these sort of channel-like engravings spread in this organised pattern throughout the door.
Ooh, lovely craftsmanship.
And you can see right in the centre of the hand indent, this recess, is a small hole.
Does it look like it would fit the amulet?
It is much smaller. We're talking about like let's see, about pencil width size. And as you stay in, you come to another door, which looks to have a very similar setup here as well.
Angus?
Hello.
I think we're standing across from each other.
Perhaps I'm in front of a door with some squiggly hands and a small hole. I'm hesitant to put my hand on it because I'm worried there's going to be a pokey bit that might stick out and get me in the palm.
Well, I'm in the same boat as you, because I'm standing across from another door.
Oh. Does yours also have a hand in some squiggly bits?
Does it, Jenner?
Yes, it looks to be like a hand indent with a small hole in the centre of the palm, and kind of branching out from the fingers are these sort of channel-like patterns that spread throughout the door.
Yep. I am looking at the door of a similar thing.
As Hellbert wanders off.
Yeah, there he goes.
Hey, come on, you. Hey.
Then he starts dragging the corpse over.
You begin just sort of dragging the withered skeleton, the withered charred skeleton, which you now realise Charimek's bones are very brittle, and it's as you reach the stairs, the bones just sort of crack and break apart, and.
Okay, I only need this bit.
And then he just takes a hand.
Okay, you easily kind of snap off the hand.
Oh, try this, youngin. Hey, he's not gonna need it.
Just hands you a deceased hand.
It's gonna look at that. I don't think that's gonna work. And taps the earring towards Sal. I think the door opens with blood.
So just there is an audible sort of sigh, and Angus can tell, and Liska can see that she's just pinching the bridge of her nose. Of course it does.
Of course it does.
What
You
is
place
it?
your hand. My guess is you place your hand in the little palm pot, and there's probably gonna be a little spring-powered needle that comes out, pokes you in the palm, your blood follows through the grooves, and then it opens up the door if both happen at the same time. That's me guess.
Now, what's going on? Why are you just staring at the door?
I'm talking to Angus, and he thinks that the door will only open with placing your palm hand onto, where the print is, and then it'll prick you and use your blood to open.
Why don't we just check? And she's gonna get the butt of her sword and press it into the hand indent to apply some pressure to it.
Alright, you push into the stone. And you wait for a moment. There's no give, there's no click. Nothing seems to happen.
I don't know how they're supposed to be. Like, usually if you press on something with your hand, it has to know that you did it. Don't you have, magic hand thing?
Is Liska saying this aloud?
Well, she's and Sour on the completely
other
opposite
side.
side.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how echoey these holes are.
No, I do not have mage hand.
That's what it's called. Do you think the Jar does?
Magic pull.
Sorry, Jenny, I don't have any blood on me. I'm fresh out. Oh, have you tried water?
Let
Maybe
me
the
try
mechanisms-
something. I would like to... Actually, Liska, could you go check down these stairs here? And Sa will hand her the Luminite lantern.
Good. Do-do-do-do. Taking the dodge action.
Alright.
Meanwhile, I will cast Identify on the door.
Alright, identify. So I'm gonna briefly could you just hand over the Luminite lantern to Liska?
Oh,
Yep.
Jenny.
Yeah, should be able to just
Yeah, we have party inventory.
How do you do the party thing again? I keep forgetting party.
The top right of your character sheet. Just to the left of the red X.
Yeah.
you can just drag it in there and someone can easily take it out. It's an easy way of trading option, if you like.
Joink.
Does that work?
It's in there.
Yep, it's in there.
I mean, I see it's in there, but I can't. It's not dragging out.
You just click and hold on the icon.
Yes, and it's not dragging out.
Oh.
Check if it hasn't just made a copy of it, because it was doing that with me before.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently it did. I have 12 lumen lanterns.
Oh, god damn it.
Sorry, 6, and they're 12 pounds.
Okay, so this. I'll put that down to fucking.
So I think to fix it,
there
add
you
it to
go.
the list.
Yeah, add it to the list. So just click that, and it'll give you a light.
Where am I? Here we are.
Be in your
there.
consumables.
It is. And right click maybe. Nope.
There you go.
There it is. Have to roll. Gotcha.
All right.
Yay, I'm in a wall.
Hang on.
I can see that I'm in a wall now.
All right. As you.
Is that ritual casting, by the way, or just spell spending a slot?
I'm full spending.
Okay.
I'm only spending a minute. I ain't about to just,
11 minutes is too long.
Let's see. You cast Identify on the door, and what Angus says rings true. It seems as though the
His hand to it.
Yep.
It would seem as though this door needs some sort of life force to open. Needs fresh blood.
Probably hear a loud exclaim from the other side there.
Oh, what are you doing, Sonny?
Oh, is Angus just gonna...
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Alright.
He did it.
Right as Sal did her identify.
You place your hand against the stone, and there's this momentary white-hot pain that surges through your hand as something impales your palm. And the channels begin to fill with blood, crawling unnaturally through them. And you take... It said you take...
You can do it. There you go.
You take
One whole damage.
1 point of necrotic damage.
1d8. Interesting.
Ow.
What did you do, Angus?
And
I opened the door.
the door begins to
You hope
lift.
you did.
Oh, you dirt fool, you should have at least tested water first. Sometimes these old mechanisms can't tell the difference.
You enter into this this long chamber. The room is divided into two lowered sort of mezzanines down a sort of 10 foot flight of stone stairs each. Within both of them is a large stone statue of a hooded figure holding a looks like holding some semblance of a lantern. The lanterns themselves are empty. They seem to be like sort of frame-like structures, and there appears to be this open claw-like structure within each of them. You also see two stone tombs. One of them is completely shattered to rubble. A skull engraved with runic patterns sits lopsided on the floor nearby. The one to your north is more intact, and only partly covered in rubble, and another runic skull sits upon it.
Ooh, tombs.
Hold on. I see scorch marks down there on the floor. Is traps here or something?
Oh, probably. Tombs are usually full of them.
Oh, great. Okay.
People are very stingy about grave robbing for some reason.
Wonder why.
What is archaeology but grave robbing after a while?
I'm gonna tap his earring. By the way, I've got my end open if you want to save yourself a wee bit of a poke. Well, actually, it doesn't fully connect through to urine, so we might have to. Looks like there's some puzzles here with a pair of skulls.
Alright, we'll come over. Right. He was right indeed. Because he has already opened his door.
He did say that over all of the earrings, so everyone could hear.
But I was just talking mostly off earring.
Oh, yeah,
She's
that's right.
a little pissed.
Because he was right.
Look, Velen's
No,
been captured,
not
so
that he was
somebody
right.
has to be stupid and reckless.
It was the fact that he was right and then just did it.
Well, if we take the time to investigate it. No, I'm right.
I am correct, therefore, button.
Angus, as you kind of look down to your bleeding palm, you feel a chill on your ring finger, where you have your Ashbite signet ring.
Oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, that's the dead-like feeling. Oh, it's numb and tingly.
Well, you might
He's
have
gonna-
tetanus.
No, it's not that. He takes off the glove and waves his open hand up in the air and holds it up. Look, it's the fucking finger. Does it look blue?
You can see it. Well, that doesn't look blue. You can see a faint glow on the Ashbite signet ring, which is slowly fading now.
Oh, I got fucking blood on it.
And you can see the couple of drops of blood that have trickled down to your ring finger. The signet ring seemingly absorbs it.
See, this is why you have to treat cursed artifacts with respect. You know? Fucking... who knows what they could do? Suck up blood? Suck out all the air in your lungs? Turn every drop of ale into water? The consequences are dire and limitless.
Oh, hey, very curses are very dangerous, and you don't know what they can
Anyway,
done.
I guess I'll go open the other side.
Oh, can I go looting the tombs now?
I just turns
No,
around.
before
and-
we touch anything,
But don't. Please don't.
Okay, but
have you seen anything like this before?
Like what?
Because we got hooded lads with lanterns that look to be pointing at skulls.
Oh, I'll have a think. Talk amongst yourselves.
And that's my in-character reasoning for Sal was about to say something.
I was just
Angus is doing
turning-
a big thing.
So I was just turning around, looking at Herbert like, this guy is gonna activate some kind of death trap to kill himself.
I mean, he's alive, so... does this apply this time, Jan?
Oh, sorry.
JR?
Yeah, sorry.
You're muted.
Yeah, muted. Let me DM you something.
This is specifically in regards to the hooded boys with lanterns, because that's what Angus asked for.
Pointing at the skulls.
Oh, skulls too as well, sorry. Skulls and their relation to hooded lantern boys.
I'm going to have a think.
Just sort of stares at the statues for a while, like...
Hey, you, Crisata!
that's all he exclaims, just like, as if that's supposed to mean anything.
Right, yes. I was in my own brain for a second there. These are interpretations. Oh, Crisata! Hey, I don't remember him looking this tall, though. He was a real short man, you see, and well, that's the thing with statues, they always exaggerate the features.
He goes into another rambling story, but these are classical interpretations of Kusata.
That's supposed to mean something?
That's the information I've been given. That's what the statues are.
So this looks like the same figure that was in the church that we saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps minus some slight artistic interpretation.
Let's see. You can ascertain its original. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I missed something in that historical knowledge. Let me ascertain its purpose. Okay.
Yes, its original purpose. The one instance where this background feature is useful. In archaeological senses. I didn't want to abuse this too much, but since I'm directly asked and it's relevant.
I mean, does it though?
It's not a...
Like, when you enter a ruin or dungeon, you can correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders. Like, its original purpose, what's the original purpose of this entire dungeon? Not necessarily statues and traps.
Also, this is an opportune moment to actually use the feature, because it is relevant.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it is relevant, but continue.
It's as relevant as the DM deems it is, I guess. Yep. I must just say it, and then the DM says yes or no. Let's see.
Oh, well, as I was saying before,
It's like he sort of jumped from the previous story he was rambling on about to some new information.
hey, the tombs you gotta be very dangerous in them. Hey, they're so picky about grave robbing. Sometimes they'll make entire rooms just to catch people. Hey, I don't like the looks of those skulls.
Yeah, just as Liska picks up a skull.
Do you pluck the kind of skull? You can see the skull's sockets flicker a light as your fingers meet the skull.
Disco holds up the amulet.
You are talking about how those scorch marks might be related to the skulls as he looks down and he's standing on a scorch mark.
Yep.
Probably.
And
Disco holds up the amulet.
yep. The skull cackles in your hand, and right as you hold up the amulet to the face of the skull, the flickering lights of the skull dim, and it kind of you felt some sort of resistance in your hand, as if the skull is pulling. But as the lights flicker out, that pulling ceases.
These were for important people anyway.
She's gonna
You don't
like
just
turn
get
back
very-
around and just kind of give Holbrook looks like you talk too much, and then just
Oh,
like steps
okay.
back up.
I will try and keep it simple.
So,
I know you young folk don't pick up
Whoops,
information very
my bad.
Ah, we said
The door
so.
opens again.
I'm just going to add
Lots of
a ruined skull to your inventory.
In that case,
Oh.
this is gonna go pick up the other one.
Okay.
Same thing.
You hold up the skull. It struggles in your hand for a bit as it seemingly comes to life, and then you kind of hold up your amulet towards it. It once again falls loose in your hand.
Oh,
The
oh,
skull
is it
just
looting time?
flashes.
Yes.
Does
think so.
do the lanterns have any interesting? Oh, okay. I guess I'll look this then. Or try to. That's what that is, right? Like
It should be. Let me item pile. It should be available for you to.
it's like a double click, right?
Oh, fuck it. I'll just drag the items into your inventory there.
Cool. thank you.
You can see within the lanterns that they are completely sort of hollow and frame-like, and within the bottom of the lanterns, you can see this sort of metallic open claws, not too dissimilar to the ones you encountered above ground at the very apex of the temple.
This is gonna put the skull in.
All right, you put it in, and the claws skunk around the skull. And you, Sayun, you hear some sort of mechanism, some sort of stone mechanism in the door, and you can quickly ascertain with you're a relatively intelligent person, that where these had Liska not shown the skulls these amulets, the door itself would have probably slammed shut and locked
So I
you
will
in,
just sort of-
locked you in with the skulls.
So I will perk up and then look to everybody else before just pointing to what Liska just did, and then just nodding.
And
Alright, we got something there.
let's see, and that chunk in the door was likely the mechanism for opening it back up, with Liska putting the skull inside of the lanterns.
Oh, is it looting time now?
I suppose.
Hooray!
It's
So you
because curious. She's gonna do the same thing to this skull, just like this lantern, just in case.
You've not done it with this one. Okay, so it's then as she puts that secondary skull inside the second lantern, then you hear the ka-chunk.
Okay.
And the door opens.
Did the door close?
It
or
did,
was it?
It didn't close. It seems as though, since you effectively skip a step, if you will, by showing them the amulets. The already opened.
If they activated, then the door would have closed to trap us in here with them trying to kill us. Gotcha.
Yes, as you kind of. It's relatively simple to figure out as you discuss things amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
I did it.
We had the admin key.
Yeah, effectively.
I am the best dungeoneer ever.
Oh, you have a promising career in archaeology ahead of you, young lady.
Sure.
I was just smiling.
Okay.
I could write you a letter of recommendation if you like. As soon as I remember where I went to college.
I mean, there's only one college in the Ragnarok.
The Polymath College.
Oh yes, but there's many different sects of it.
There's only 3.
Like I said, many. It's more than a couple.
More than a couple, less than a few.
Alright, Albert.
Hilbert's like upper half of his torso is in a tomb.
Oh,
As
are
he's
you
like,
trying to loot the tomb? Yeah.
Damn straight, it's archaeological.
All right,
goodies,
so
and they said it's okay too. So
You're not the strongest individual, and this is a stone lid. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Okay, and a 1, and a 2.
and then shovel in the lid. And,
Hey!
Wait,
I
where's
don't know
the,
why that's advantage.
where's the
oh, right,
advantage?
yeah, because I have the fucking boon for it.
Oh yeah. With surprising resolve and strength, you kind of go to one end of this this tomb, and you kind of lift the lid, and it slams against the stone floor,
Hey, don't forget to drink.
and dust and mildew and dirt just flows up into your face. And you
That's
see,
why you grow a beard. It stops that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah.
getting in your lungs.
and you see a withered skeleton with sort of adorned in all of this this very fine jewelry, this sort of tattered black robes. Let's see here. You find a silvered.
You want to just give me a loot list? That's fine, because I don't want to hold everyone up.
You find a very nice looking silver bracelet.
Ooh, all of you are going straight into the museum. Probably. You I might keep for myself.
He just starts shoveling things from the skeleton into his robes. He's basically taking everything that isn't the skeleton itself
Okay.
for archaeological purposes.
Brave Robbie.
All right. I'll give you a set of ruined robes as well.
Wonderful.
Do you want to do that with the? Oh well, the other tomb is shattered, so there's nothing in there.
Yeah, that's why I went for this one. But with that out of the way, we can continue.
Alright.
Feel free to just throw me a list of what's in there, and I can.
Sorry, I've already stuck it in your character sheet.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
So there's another door like this one on the other side.
Ooh, maybe there's more tools.
Is everything okay? We've not seen anything yet.
Yep, just
It's a puzzle.
doing inventor shit.
All
Being
right.
Awesome.
Archaeology. Ooh, what's this way?
As Helbert just wanders off.
Do we want to go to the other door? I mean,
Maybe. There's more space between here and there than there is in this room. So there is something on the other side as well.
Ooh, do. Oh, those are stairs. Don't want those yet. Oh, it's another door.
Yep. In the darkness, Helbert, you come to another door similar to the one you saw. Similar to the one you saw on the other side.
Hold on. It Here, one moment. Where did this old man go?
I found another door. Door.
Alright, we're putting a leash on him.
Alright,
Oh
but you
god,
have...
don't hit him with the torch!
Whoops. Alright, sorry. Let me undo that. Suvir was not meant to hit himself with the torch.
I do not know where he went.
He's an old man, he's not that quick.
Yeah, turn around and he's gone. That don't mean anything.
Alright.
I don't know where he went.
Hello.
Alright, mister. They can't tell the difference between water. Let's see.
Well, it's only most 50-50. It's worth trying either way instead of stabbing yourself. It's all liquids, you see. They didn't have fancy aethero-mechanical mechanisms that we have these days.
He's just gonna keep rambling, so...
You can see up here,
there he is.
the stairs
Hello.
continue further down.
There are some stairs back there, but there's goodies to loot.
And here I am, the thief.
Oh, hey, they could dedicate a whole wing to the things we find in here.
Wait for everyone to get here before shenanigans.
Yeah.
Let's see, do I have any water?
He starts rummaging. Oh, pardon me. Rummaging in his robes. I do have a water skin. Good.
Oh, right. Let me try this.
He just takes this very old-looking water skin out. There's like do the grooves come from the handprint or are they separate?
They seem to extend from each fingertip.
Okay, let me try this.
He just starts pouring the water into the grooves from the fingertips to see if that gets any reaction.
All right, you kind of have to sort of pour it down the channels as it's entirely a vertical surface. So you kind of pour it down the channels. Water splashes everywhere. Nothing seems to be happening. As you kind of wait for a moment.
Wait a minute. Okay, I don't think it works. They might have some sort of divination magic in play or something. Okay, who wants to get stabbed?
The guy's gonna put our hand to the door.
Oh,
All right.
snake blood.
Dejar plants her. Yeah, it's weird because Nagas have 4 fingers, including their thumb. So
yeah, will it work?
Yeah, it's a bit awkward at first as you kind of have to choose which finger of your sort of middle finger you have to put in, but eventually you feel a sharp against your palm as blood begins to flow through the channels. The door slides open. They rumble.
I remember being young and reckless.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh, all archaeology is interesting.
You enter into a long chamber. You see numerous stone shelves line the walls, filled with old, sort of partly waterlogged scroll cases. A collapsed stone table lies in a heap of rubble in the centre of the room, along with a number of other scroll cases. Most of these scroll cases are rotten, empty, or no longer useful.
So people getting. What about Snake's damage? Snake gets damage as
Oh,
well.
yes.
Yeah, I need to get damage.
Yes, you take
Enjoy it, dear.
3 points
More
of
Snake.
you take 3 points of necrotic damage. So let me go ahead and do that for you. Apply damage.
Sure.
There you go.
Ooh, scrolls! Oh, wait, I know an eager young mind like yours wants to go looking at all the scrolls, but we should wait for everyone to make sure it's safe first.
Yeah, as you look around Herbert, you see at the far end of the chamber, towards the north, is a stone throne, lined with runic inscriptions, and sat within the throne is this sort of withered corpse of a dwarf. in deteriorated rags that may have once been some sort of studious robe. And you can see as light fills the chamber from beyond, some sort of glimmer of old metal in its lap.
Sao just looks in the meantime to Angus and just, well, better follow.
That's interesting.
And
Hello.
as light further fills the chamber, let's see, Dejar and Hurlbut, you can see the metal in its lap is some sort of long sword that rests on top of it in its lap.
Okay, everybody, get your papers about and try not to die.
That's very interesting.
The snake looking through the fucking books despite Hilbert's warning.
He's not looking at the book. He's looking at the sword.
Scrolls.
That's sword that's in the.
Okay, I was about to say. It's just like,
Okay, be careful.
immediately looks at scrolls.
Does the sword look magical?
You're gonna make either a perception or an arcana check. Arcana check would give you more information.
Arcana. Here we go.
22. Let's see. The various runic symbols engraved up the length of the blade would indicate that it may have once been magical.
So it's lost its magic. Unfortunate. I'm gonna pick it up.
Lost its magic.
Okay, now it's very important not to just randomly pick things up. Oh no!
Yeah, you're gonna pluck the sword from its lap. You can hear discordant whispers dancing around the room.
Does everybody hear that?
Yes.
Oh, well, congratulations, it's cursed.
We
Figure-
just had a conversation.
The figure on the throne stirs. And for a moment you think you're seeing double. As an ethereal figure now sits on the throne, as well as like this sort of eerie overlap. And it stands up from the corpse as it draws a translucent longsword.
What did I tell you about picking up?
Let's see, Liska, just make me either a strength saving throw or dexterity saving throw as the door begins to drop upon you.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
If I make a strength saving throw, could I hold the door up?
That's it. That's what I was thinking.
Alright. I shall
Good
make a
eye
strength
I
save.
notice you specifically
Yep.
placed yourself there.
Good strategy.
Reason for it.
Good strategy.
It's almost like she knew
13.
somebody was going to be stupid.
13. The door.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was helping her. We're trying to help her.
Oh, trying to help her. Okay, so roll again. 16. You begin to hold the door upon your shoulders, but it's definitely slowed it, but it's winning. What's everyone doing?
I would like
well,
to.
are we entering initiative is the question, because this thing
Yes.
has gotten up and drawn a sword, so...
Before we do that, in the midst of all of this, I would like for Sao to point to Liska and say, adjust your footing, bit more to the left, and flash of genius.
So 20.
Oh, 20.
Yeah. So
Oh.
with that strength save being 20, does that change anything?
20. Yeah, that definitely changes it. You 20 was what you needed. You just barely hold on, and it's this sort of for lack of a better term, tug of war between you and the door. You're holding it up enough for enough for everyone to sort of duck underneath it. And let's begin combat. Tikalia kind of. She's just going to make a perception check. She's heard the door slam, or at least a kind of grind to her. Is everything okay?
You coming up behind Liska or something?
You just hear a call from behind as the door slams onto your shoulders.
Door shutting.
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Oh god, I beg you.
She's just gonna ready in action. Deja, what you doing?
I'm cast Expedience Retreat on myself.
All right.
Expedience Retreat. Cast at level 1. Okay. It is slow for me. Give me a second. Jesus. With still holding the sword in hand, she's going to dash over in this direction towards the door.
All right. Liska's holding up the door.
Go here. Oh, yes. Here. There we go. Here. And I'm gonna try and move underneath. Let's get to squeeze to get under the door.
All right. So they'll be kind of ducking underneath the door. It's going to give you half movement. So effectively, Liska is counting as difficult terrain here. So let me just open the door here for you. There you go.
Why do you turn also, yeah, I like them all for some reason. Also, do you have shield prepared? You may get bunked.
Yeah, I do have heal prepared.
Because you moved out of its range.
Yes, you did.
You do provoke to do that as long as you know that.
Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
So let me just move you
How to
back
get
there.
bumped.
You see, this stands up from the corpse and draws a translucent longsword. This is ghostly, wispy beard still clung to its jawbone. You see the empty sockets of its eyes glare silently out from this beneath this wraith-like hood. It's going to make a single longsword attack against you.
Okay.
Long man.
Why does it say long?
Because
I like it. It's
sword right there.
It's a dwarven. It's long.
Does it have disadvantage?
Does that?
The disadvantage.
Because of my.
Your displacement cloak. That's why.
Your stupid cloak is stupid.
All right. So and then you moved back there. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Does the shield get you above the 22?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You have 50 AC normally, and shield puts you up to 20. So the longsword would hit.
Yeah.
If it didn't hit the damage, it would have gone.
Yeah, I got hit. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh dear.
And yeah, no. I think that'll be.
That's it?
My turn.
All right. Severe kind of runs up to the side, still holding a torch, and he draws a short sword. Ready's in action. Drunker.
No, has anyone thought of the fact that a ghost might be able to walk through the wall?
I
The
did.
ghost might, but the body.
Shh,
But
don't
is-
tell him
is the
that.
ghost-
He might not know.
Is the ghost bound to the skeleton, or is the skeleton still sitting and like the ghost is just doing shit?
You can see the corpse is still kind of slumped there in the throne. The spectral figure has seemingly stood up and drawn a long sword.
Okay.
I don't
Alright,
get
what were you
this.
doing, Grumpy?
Yeah, what am I doing? I think I'm just gonna get up. I don't really know. I don't
Alright.
know. Fuck with ghosts.
Ghosts are scary.
Yeah, it's gonna ready in action. Try and hit the ghost.
Okay.
Comes. Yeah, comes like through the door or whatever. Getting within range. See what we do. Alright. Let's,
All right, Angus, what you doing?
I'd like to throw my hammer.
All right then.
I'm gonna throw it at the skeleton. At his skull. Just
Oh,
the
shit.
skeleton.
Okay.
I do have to ask now, Janner,
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't prepared for this, he's trying to hit an unmoving target.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
not
know.
aim.
You throw. You throw the hammer, Thor style. The skull
Nothing.
cracks and just turns to dust. You don't need to roll to hit. It's an inanimate object.
Alright.
And you watch as the spectral figure there's erupts in this wave of cold necrotic energy.
Oh, that could have been bad. Good job, young'un.
Silence.
And I'm gonna grab this stone and prop it under the door that Lyska's holding up.
All right.
Well, is this the
The
door
rest
still
of my
coming
movement.
down?
The door slides back up, relieving tension from your shoulders.
Get over here, young lady.
That was uncomfortable.
There you go.
I ain't never seen such a regular.
Smart thinking from Angus. I'm going to give him inspiration on that.
Yeah. And Herbert is gonna, like, you know how an old person will bonk you with a cane? Except it's a shovel, so she's just getting, like, the flat end of the shovel, just boom.
We just had a conversation about cursed artifacts, and I told you not to pick anything up until we got our peepers on me. Hey, oh, my poor heart. Hey, okay, I'm gonna go look at the skulls now.
Silence falls over the room.
Sal just takes a moment to breathe and then just looks to Angus, just, alright, we have the same idea, good.
I have a thought. Dajar. That sword is worthless. Give it to me.
Oh,
And
no,
she
that's a relic.
Yara just where does he just hands the sword to Angus?
Can she let go of the sword?
She just sort of hands it over towards you. She does let go of the sword.
Oh, good. He's not cursed.
You know, I would have sworn I thought it was too. And he's gonna pass the sword over to Hurlbert.
Hooray! Another relic for the possible museum.
Liska's gonna look at us like, well, from my experience with cursed objects, usually you have to attune to them before the curse actually affects you.
Oh, sometimes they could just go off because you're holding them. It depends on what they're trying to achieve when the spell is cast, you see.
He just sort of puts the sword away in
Yeah,
his robes.
but
and then it's like,
sometimes
just
you have to
go out.
actually attune to them in order. Fuck,
Oh, yes, very true.
you're
very
both so
true.
stupid for being
I
wizards.
didn't give it to you just to give it to you. Check it out and see if it is cursed with your magic doodle-doos.
Oh, okay. Oh, scrolls.
Did you just forget?
It looked like he pulls the sword out, starts walking away to sort of examine it, and then just gets distracted by a shelf full of scrolls. It's like, ooh, ancient knowledge.
Yeah, I'm also looking at the scrolls now, and
You put 3 nerds in a room full of scrolls. What did you expect?
I mean,
Kara's not looking at the scroll. She is angry at herself for what she just did.
Boy, one of these.
Sao
cases.
is
You never have too many cases.
Sao looks to Angus and sort of gestures him over for a moment.
Oh, here's some money here if anyone wants it.
Money, you see?
Oh yes, somebody left some coins on the shelf. Very irresponsible. Shelves are for books, not for coins. Ooh, I take
But
this
if
one
it's a
as well.
coin shelf.
These are all
All
going
right,
in a group.
fine, ruin the moment.
Sorry.
I get that Herbert is an archaeologist, forgetful and absolute dumb-witted sometimes, but
I will dial it back. I apologize. I was about to put them in the group loop, by the way.
I mean, why
You
would-
are right. I have been a little too excitable. I will calm down.
You're
I've lost
into
a
the
moment.
session, that's understandable.
Alright. So what's everyone doing?
This is just gonna look over the body.
You look over the body. You can see it's these sort of mummified remains. The head is just gone. It's just dust, as well as the sort of stringy white strands of its beard. You can see what remains of its jaw just scattered across the ground. You can see the tattered robes. There's this sort of tattered golden embroideries on what's left of them. Let's see. You can also see another sort of necklace right its neck. It looks remarkably similar to the awakened amulets you've seen before. You can also see beneath its robes some sort of ornate breastplate. And looking around the throne, you can also see a shield, a few arrows. And where the spectral entity dissipated, scattered across the figure is these remnants of best way to describe it is this spectral energy that you've seen a few times before now on in the Warbook, when you've defeated a number of ghostly entities who have returned to wherever they may have gone to. The residue that's left after, so similar to this. You should be able to look.
Liska's going to pull the breastplate and I guess undo it real quick, whatever straps. Whenever she does that, because this thing's obviously been here for a while, how does it feel? Are the leather straps worn away, or do they still feel good?
As you kind of pull against the leather straps, they seem to just crumble at your grasp.
Okay, so the breastplate is not magical. And Liska's going to pick up the shield and check the same with the straps on the back.
Again, the straps seem to crumble away. These both seem to be a mundane breastplate and shield, though the engraving on them is very, very ornate. This must have been an important individual.
And I read the engraving.
Yes,
Is it
it is dwarven, though it's not exactly text.
Modern dwarven.
It's a different sort of style of dwarven. It is very old dwarven, but you can still read it. These appear to be sort of less text, more artistic runic engravings. mostly kind of engraved upon the armor just to make it look nice.
All right. Liska's gonna look over at Arngrim and just be like, "Do these, like, I'm not very versed in dwarven history. Is this like significant? These engravings in any way? Does it like denote a specific station?"
Let me have a look. So I will go over here. And is this a stone cunning? Or is this a history?
This would be this would be a history check. Nothing to do with stone, so not with your stone cunning.
Alright, I'll make sure that I have my self-guidance for this since she's bringing it up and I have a little bit of prep time. So what is it that you think it might be? Give me some grounding perspective.
It's a breastplate and a shield.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand, to be honest. I was just sitting on the stone. Let's have a look over here.
9. It's well crafted. It looks very nice. The combination of the breastplate with the ruined robes is a bit unusual, to say the least, but that's all you really know.
This... Tacky.
Did you say tacky? Alright. She'd be like, you know, I mean, it certainly went out of style a few hundred years ago, I would say.
Yeah, I can identify it. I have a strong sense because of what just happened. They're magic. Maybe that's why they artistically are poor, because they're functionally important.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's magic because then she's going to point to the leather straps that have deteriorated away on both the breastplate and the shield. Like, if they were magic, this would have, like, held up, but, like, you barely touch it, and she touches it, and it crumbles away.
You can also see across the edges of the breastplate, rust has taken hold. Some parts of the metal have also sort of crumbled away.
I am curious, is it stiff? Fuck.
Well, maybe if your runes were better, that wouldn't have happened. As he just kind of gives it, he kind of holds it up and like tilts it to the side to look at it.
And on the subject of runes, as you're both kind of looking over this figure, you notice, especially you, Angus, the runes on the throne itself, the stone throne.
Was this a human skeleton, by the way, or a dwarf?
This was a dwarf skeleton.
Not as imposing a ghost.
A little shorter, a little wider.
Dick.
Chunky.
I like a dick. So with that, like, Liska's going to do, like, look at the breastplate and kind of lift it up. It's like, you know, that is interesting. Like, is this just normal steel? And she's just gonna, like, wrap her finger on it. It's like, I'd normally ask Vellum, but he is not here right now, obviously.
Well, it's definitely not copper or bronze, because it won't rust like that. Instead, it corrodes and turns a type of green. Almost to the point of adamantium, but, you know, it's not quite as lustrous. Or strong. But it could be steel. That would explain all the terrible rusting, though. You think it might be worse if it was flooded like this.
You kind of look over the rusting. It doesn't have this sort of reddish tinge that rust normally has. It's almost black.
Black rusting.
Corruption, maybe? Like, this place is kind of built around it, you know? And she kind of, like, motions to the amulet.
He is going to pull out a little blacksmithing file. On one of the ends, he's going to start doing a scraping, see if he can scrape past some of the rust and get to any of the base material, in a similar fashion that jewelers would use to see if something is real silver or gold or what have you.
Alright. You kind of scrape past some of the blackened rust, and underneath you can see this sort of metallic sheen. And let's see, you've worked with a fair few materials in your life, Angus. This is dark steel. What happens when you forge dark iron the same as regular iron to make steel? Typically employed by deep dwarves.
That does make sense. Deep dwarven king. Squints. Can you, like, knock the bones aside a wee bit so I can read the runes on the throne?
Yeah, sure. And she just, like, grabs, like, slips her hand between the back of the breastplate and the throat and just yeets the guy off the throne.
It almost hits the jar as it goes scattering across the stone.
Rattle me bones!
And then she motions to the throne, like, with a small bow, like, tiny little flourish. Liska flourish.
He's gonna call over. Hey, Sayun, can you come have a looky over here? You're quite the genius. Trying to figure this bit out, and, well, the breastplate left me stumped. Can you read Dwarven?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any idea what this might be? As he points at the throne and starts squinting himself.
Could you reiterate what it is I'm seeing, Janner?
Right, okay. You see a stone throne with a number of dwarfen runic symbols inscribed in the sort of chiseled into the stone itself. You saw them because you have very, very high passive perception. You saw them briefly light up with a sort of a bluish luminescence when this spectral entity emerged from the corpse.
I have a question now. It's a bit of a meta one, but at this point I would probably know this. What color of magic does this, appear closest to?
Let's see. It's definitely a sort of bluish tinge. I mean, beyond an actual detect magic spell, you wouldn't be able to surmise that without an Arcana check.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here, because I'm gonna trust my instincts. Alright, so just based on a hunch, I think this might be a how to put it, a safety, if you can call it that, keeping the spirit tethered, so you don't just pass on. I could be wrong, but they did light up when he woke up.
You know, I didn't quite notice that. I was too busy thinking about the sword making a ghost to realize the throne. Perhaps it is something, and perhaps the armor has something to do correlated to the throne and the sword.
While I try and detect what goes on here, I think you might want to look at the back shelf in the room here.
Sure. You know, it makes me think that this may be some sort of... I've heard of stories of like venerable ancestors who will forego the rest of an afterlife to watch a tomb, right? And oftentimes their ceremonies and blessings and their afterlife, the place their soul rests, becomes wherever the corpse is, you know, and that's how they're like a sentry guard. And I think this is actually just something like that. I think the sword, the armor, and this chair are 3 links of a chain that hold the soul to this room. They were never the treasure, it was, I think, the scrolls.
You would be correct.
He's gonna...
Go check these scrolls out.
Let me have a look. Oh, coinage.
The cure brings 4th scrolls that she found.
How do I
And she
move
was
shit to
holding
the
them out.
party inventory?
I think click and drag.
Okay, so where is the party inventory?
So
Items...
top
Top of your character sheet.
Yeah, next to the X.
What?
Top of your character sheet, top right.
Yep, very, very, very top right.
One of those tabs on the.
Party inventory. Thank you, I've never done that. So I click and drag, yeah?
Yeah, it should be able to click and drag the icons.
It might not disappear, but you might get a copy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check your inventory.
Oh.
It seems like it hasn't.
There you go.
Yeah, that's one thing I gotta fix.
Andrew, can you shift me back to the scene? For some reason, when I relogged, I'm back at the surface.
Oh, right, I need to activate this scene, don't I? That's why. There you go.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm ritual casting detect magic because
Alright.
I'm trying to transfer the coinage and it's not working.
I'm not sure you can do coinage.
I've been just taking screenshots just to help when else.
Check
Post
it's not
them in,
just.
I'll post them in party chat, so give me a second. Yeah.
Check to make sure it's not adding the money, but not taking it out of the money, because it can do that.
Can you not get the money from the shelf?
I mean, I could probably take it myself, but I'm trying to drag it to the party thing.
Oh no, I don't think you can do that.
Well, alright guys, I'm gonna take the money. And I'll have to, because it's X'd out to split the currency.
What
I
is
think
it?
that was causing issues anyway, because it was sending it to like NPC characters as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a screenshot with the money and we'll find.
Sharing
think all
enabled
4 have
currencies, items. Okay, that should fix it. Yeah, try. Yeah, split 6 phase. Yeah, the splitting should be fixed now. There you go. Okay, so detect magic. So I just got to configure the sharing for everyone else's other shelves. Item pile. Doop, there you go. Okay, you see there is a distinct essence of both divination and necromancy upon this chair. it would seem as though, because you are a smart individual, seemingly some sort of proximity detection, if you will.
I had already, in my mind, called, like, surely some sort of divination to detect, and then necromancy to retain the spirit until, you know. So, being right
Very
makes me
well.
happy.
Oh. What are these scrolls which you're talking about? As he lifts up and waves some scrolls in the air.
Thou will nod. Aye.
So I see there's okay, so there's 4 cases for a map or a scroll, you know, parchment piece. There's a couple here for animating dead themselves. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that. There's one over here for speaking with dead. Can anybody else cast speak with dead? Show of hands. He holds up his.
Let's get raises right
Yeah.
now.
Yar raises her hand.
Alright. Liska, hold on to it then.
Okay.
Tosses you.
She takes it. It's like, but why do I have to use the scroll for it? I can't just be like, and she turns and looks, like, pulls out a skull. It's like, alas, poor Yorick, I knew ye well. It's like, I can speak to dead easily.
Yes, Yorick, a lesser known demon actor.
Yep. Like, I can speak to dead all the time. Like, you just talk to them.
That is a weird scroll with a lot of numbers.
0.33333.
So I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, because I split it with items as well. Fuck. God damn it.
You got
yes. 0.3 of a scroll case.
You just tear a bit off.
Okay, let's split the scroll several ways. Tear,
Alright,
tear.
here you go. We split everything evenly, right down the middle. Or the thirds. Or the 16ths. Have a protractor for this. But no, for real, that's a spell scroll that you can use rather than speaking to the dead. You can speak with them, and as so long as they have a proper functioning skull, and he looks at the headless corpse, they'd be able to talk back.
Oh, then yeah, I can't use this. She like
Yeah,
Okay, then I'll just hold on to it.
You can see the dismembered jaw on the floor, and that's about it. That's left of the skull.
I don't think that has a proper skull anymore.
No.
Can anybody like use magic to put it back together?
Thou just
Can you
looks.
find it?
Sal looks to Liska and then looks to the absolute devastation that is now not the skull. No.
It was smashed with a
Are
hammer.
you sure? I mean, I'm just hypothetically saying, like, it's less than a foot in cubic, like, less than a cubic foot, and you can technically argue that it's just one giant crack.
Yeah, they're just one giant intersecting crack that rendered it into a fine dust.
I'm just saying. But, that's fine. Dude was probably a dick anyway, no offense.
No, that's fair.
I would wonder about his social skills after a few decades of being dead.
Well, he attacked the first person that said hi. Ooh, more coins. He attacked the first person that said hi, so...
Alright. So what's everyone doing?
I think we've cleared out a room. How does everyone feel? Anyone feel a little unusual, off, little cranky, irritable, mad, sad,
No.
hungry?
No. Hungry, yes. Bruised, most definitely. But I'll
Here,
live.
have a bracken brisket.
Oh, thank you.
Trademark.
Elven bread, eat your heart out.
Elven, what now? Only dwarven shit here. The good shit. How much?
I'm ready to.
You get 4
move on.
temp HP.
Sweet. Thank you.
Also, if you want a really easy way to just send stuff to other players, just right-click the item in your inventory and just send to player.
Cool. I don't actually have the bracken briskets because it's part of my feature.
Okay, there you go.
Limited last thing. It's just basically everybody but him gets a snack.
Alright. Alright, so everyone just go ahead and mark off plus, this will be plus 4 temp HP.
I already did it.
Are you going to stop here for a short rest then?
I don't think we need a short rest.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, so...
Alright, let's
Besides the people who got their hands
Albert,
stabbed.
where's
we're all
those other stairs you found?
What now?
The stairs, you found some stairs before. Where
Follow
are your
me.
stairs that long?
Oh, what's this way?
It was.
As Hurlbert just wanders off down the stairs towards the north.
Okay, let's go. Also, can I get my light back on?
Yes, 1 second. For some reason it...
I don't know why it turned off.
I don't know.
Maybe an event in the room did it.
Yeah, go.
There you go.
Oh, look, stairs.
There we go.
Alright, you see the stairs seem to descend further into darkness and then seem to sort of veer off towards the left. So who wants to go first?
Not me.
Well,
If somebody doesn't go first, I'm going to make Hurlbert go first.
Grunka, would you like to go scout ahead?
Not it.
Okay.
Alright. As Angus begins his descent, the stairs seem to continue on for a good fair ways before they begin to sort of wrap around in this sort of U-turn. The air, the deeper you descend, the colder the air seems to turn, and a haze of fog and dust hangs in the air. And you come to looks like a small chamber filled with rubble and pieces of bone strewn across the ground. The air itself stinks with decay, even more so than usual. And you see, Angus, as you peer around the corner, in the centre of this room is a stone tomb. Carved within its leads to a sort of near-perfect lifelike representation is the visage of an emaciated corpse, and its hands crossed over its chest.
I can't see anything.
weird.
Hey, can you not?
Hey, there we go.
Everything's black for me. I came down the stairs shortly after Angus.
Wait, hang on. Maybe it's because... Let's see. Oh, right. For some reason, you're not on the... That's fucking weird. Let me stick you... Just drop you back on.
Thank you. I would have done it myself, but I probably would have ended up in like the boss room or something. Just
Okay, you should be on your way to the screen. It might just be loading for you. If it stays black, you might have to reload.
yeah, I'll reload.
Okay, so what are you all doing? It's
Waiting for the forward people to move forward.
Indeed.
I was waiting for Jenner to finish his thing.
Yeah. As you kind of move forward, you look around the room, you get a clearer picture now. You can see up in the corner this large, irregularly cracked hole in the stone, about 20 feet up here in the ceiling, about 3 feet across at its largest point. And the wall opposite where you came in appears not to be a wall, but a pile of collapsed ceiling and rubble. And it's at that point you hear the clacking of bone and sort of dust seems to dislodge, falling from the wall behind you as the light enters the room. Seems to be emanating from here. And as you move forward, the radius of light.
See if I can peek through the crack.
The crack is on the ceiling up here. You saw this sort of you saw some sort of dust and rubble dislodging over here, and it's at that point as you kind of move forward, clacking over the bones, the radius of light highlights some sort of figure up in the very corner above you. Some sort
I'm
of...
gonna lift my shield above my head.
Yep. This tall, thin... there we go. This tall, thin creature of obsidian skin and billowing shadow seems to skitters across the ceiling, disturbed by the light, making a break for the hole in the upper corner of the room here.
Is that something we can all see?
Point. Bang!
Is it something we can all see, Jenner?
Yes.
Or is it just...
Or at least those inside of the room here at this moment. What's everyone doing?
Hey! Just a moment, let me check my spell list.
One hand is holding a shield above his head, and the other one is just pointing, saying "bang" as he looks to the other group, expecting Salyun to be there. Instead, he looks at Hurlbert.
Hurlbert is already startedly firing away.
You hear this shriek from up in the corner of the room.
I'm gonna use cantrip.
I'm gonna. Let's just. 17. Okay. It still clings on the ceiling.
And I'm using blood grip on this fellow.
All right.
And target him real quick. He falls down. And
with that, the creature plummets down to the ground. You all hear, even those in the previous hallway, there's this clatter of bones. And let's see, it falls. Let's see, 2d6. Takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's going to just continue trying to scamper up towards the hole. So, Hurlbert, Dejar, you've both had your turns. Angus, you're the closest. What do you want to do?
Do I have the ability to throw my hammer at him?
You do, yes. You can make an attack.
Seeing that Hurlbert's missiles failed, and Dejar's thing did not help, he's gonna do what he knows best and throw a fucking hammer. It's saying I have disadvantage because it's adjacent, even though it's not actually adjacent.
Because
it seems I still hit and killed it.
You did the thrown. That's why you had disadvantage, because you did the range attack, not the melee attack.
But it was above me scampering.
Oh well. Okay.
Either way,
yeah,
I don't think it matters because I still killed it.
Yeah. Either way, you as it hits the ground. Bones flying everywhere, you bring down your hammer and just cave its head in.
Bonk. What is that bonk thing? Bonk. I don't like it. Bonk. Tongue. Did it just turn into an essence?
It is. That's just to show that's lootable.
Oh. Oh, it's got its dick cloth. I can loot its dick cloth and I can loot its spectral. I'll take the essence.
That is so.
Just gonna. Sarah's just gonna come back, look in, because she heard a giant skabang, missiles flying, and a hammer going bonk. What happened?
Something was in the dark, and as soon as the shadow guest Angus came in with his light, it tried to run away.
Now that you get a better look at this place with all the light now filtering in, the stink of decay is evident now, as some of the bones seemingly have fresher meat on them.
So this thing was eating people, whatever this thing is. You're just gonna look at the remnants of what this thing is and try to figure out what it was.
You can go ahead and just make me an Arcana check. Arcana or Nature?
They're both the same.
Okay, 14. You've heard of certain types of undead called ghouls and ghasts. This would seem to be a shadowy variant, I guessed. With a 14, let's see here. Shadow ghasts are fairly infamous for infesting long abandoned crypts and mausoleums, making them their lairs, if you will, digging holes to the above ground, stalking the surface world for prey. Typically, when a ghoul or ghast is infused with shadow, it means that it's had some sort of close proximity to otherworldly realms, deathly realms, the Blacklands mostly.
Oh, great. So that was a shadow ghast, a creature that hunts amongst dead crypts, and this one seems to be infused with powers or magic from the Shadowlands. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Already World of Warcraft now. Alright, so you can see this sort of 3-foot diameter sort of crack in the wall, the tunnel in the ceiling. Presumably this is where the shadow gas may have been crawling in and out of. Not large enough to fit any sort of medium-sized creature, but enough to squeeze through. And here you can see sort of a cave-in of the ceiling. It looks very old. So, what would you like to do?
So, is this thing open, or is it just like a effigy or something?
It appears to be a closed and shut tomb.
Eliska?
Yeah.
Can you open this?
Open
This
like
this points. The tomb.
Sure, why not? And she's gonna like. Do we care about potential traps or anything? Last time we opened the tomb, like we all got like life sucked out of us.
I would suggest to let this kid do this by herself, and everyone get over to here. He points in that direction.
Really, you're just going to like not check to see if there is a trap? You're just gonna let me do it without checking it?
I'm gonna do it from far over here. Last time I was too close. That was not a good idea. So I can do it from afar.
You can check from.
I'll just
Okay.
look to the shore and then just. Do you mind if I take a look first?
You can, but I'll do mine.
I would like to do 2 checks, Janner. A perception first as I circle around, and then an investigation on anything unusual I find.
Alright. Go ahead and make a perception check.
And...
Oh, 27. As you circle around it, checking for any runes, anything that might betray the essence of the, like the much akin to the throne that you saw before. There appears to be no runes on this. Nothing that would indicate, at least from afar, from sight, that this would appear trapped. So go ahead and make your investigation check.
And
21, very high as well. As you begin to sort of drop down on your hands and knees, pouring through the rubble, kind of shifting away the bones and sort of stinking sort of meaty remnants. You're going to shuffle off to the side. Again, does not seem to be trapped in any way.
Alright. Saladin looks back to the jar. Doesn't seem trapped.
Alright, let me
No runes,
check.
no poke holes, no nothing. And if there's something hidden inside, either they're doing the big brain genius of making a one-way openable trap, or they're a fucking idiot.
Alright. I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Let me do that now. Real as a ritual, because I have the time.
Okay, you're going to spend 10 minutes in here.
Yep.
Okay, as Dajar's doing that, what would everyone else like to do?
I was gonna watch, maybe look around the walls for anything cool.
All right. With carrying along your perception checks, you can see various murals sort of engraved upon the walls. And sort of written in runic patterns. You see these series of finely carved sort of stylistic images depicting series of cloaked dwarven individuals. There is text written upon these walls. It is Dwarvish, but you do not understand Dwarvish.
Sal sort of squints her eyes a little and then looks to Angus. Hey, could you look up here and read this? Same goes for you.
What? As he's poking the corpse.
And then Sal points up to the runic inscriptions.
You effectively see the same as Sao Yun does. However, you can read Dwarvish because, of course, you are a dwarf. These murals across the tall walls of this room appear to describe followers of some sort of great shadowy figure, for lack of a better term, some sort of assassin type figure that may have once been prominent within these ruins, this society, this dwarven undercity of Morthholm. And it seems as though the runic inscriptions carry on across the wall and around the corner here. However, it is blocked by some sort of cave-in.
Does it seem like it's a deific following, or following a mortal leader?
Definitely some sort of mortal leader. A prominent figure. Not necessarily a god. What's
wrong with you, Sao Yun? You can just seem to find assassins all the damn time.
It takes her a short moment, and then she just looks down at Angus with a sort of, you really just had to rub that in, but then she gives a cheeky smile.
Yeah, I can't get the whole story, but because, cave in, but it seems as if this place was inhabited by some kind of skilled assassin, shadowy, stabby, kind of lad, and lots of them, being fans of Kusata, really appreciated his work and sort of flocked about him, and then they go off and they go to this part here, and then they decide to do something in a crumbled wall.
Well,
so what checks you do?
First and foremost, how about you give the Shar what detect magic says?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Nothing appears, kind of pings for you on the detect magic end of things. So you don't, besides the of course the sort of general area, the aura of necromancy that permeates throughout this entire region. Nothing else seems to stand out to you for now.
Alright, the guard breathes a sigh of relief and tells us it's not trapped magically. I don't sense anything.
I'm pretty sure it was a landslide.
Does it? Okay, never mind. Keep going. I'm just reading the descriptions of the spell.
Liska's gonna get her sword, wedge it underneath, and use it as a lever for some leverage to pry it open.
All right, as you kind of take your sword.
Would you like to use my crowbar instead of the artifact?
I mean, the artifact's more powerful than your crowbar, and it's less likely to be damaged.
It's just, I hate that you're right.
Yeah, plus it's longer, so more leverage.
I hate that you're right. I'm gonna just...
Poor Angus.
So what was that, Janner?
Oh, I was just saying, poor Angus doesn't like seeing well-crafted artifacts used as tools.
Utilitarian? Yeah. So yeah, Liska just pushes it open.
All right. No need for a check on this. You push it open. With your magic stroke strength, the entire lid shifts and falls down to the ground. Echoes throughout the room. And the dust and mildew bursts into the air, and as it clears, you can see a dwarven figure, another set of remains in the tomb. This one is sort of dressed in what may have once been sort of black studded leathers. This sort of billowing cloak around his back, and you can actually see as the lid comes off, Angus, dwarven text along the inner side rim of this sarcophagus, which you can read. This may have once been a follower of this dwarven lord, this dwarven roguish lord, if you will. So yeah, you can see the sort of cracked, aged black leathers. You can see a sort of slightly worn dagger, sort of clasped across the chest, and the skeletal face is cloaked in an old hood. What would you like to do? As a silent wind whips through the room.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've been involved, so sorry. I'm trying to stay back a little bit.
Yara's going to respectfully look through the remains to see if there's anything useful. If not, she's not going to touch it.
Okay. You can see the dagger, the black leathers. That's about it, really.
Yeah. Nothing worthwhile. He's going to leave it alone. I would have been something useful in there, but unfortunately not. Considering that beast was around here, thought it was guarding something, but meh.
Wait, do those things guard something, or do they eat things, or what was that creature?
That's a Shadowgast. They are ambushers. They might like to make lairs in abandoned crypts or tombs. Sometimes the Shard is going to make an educated guess. Have powerful people may have summoned them, or their followers that she doesn't know. But they do eat prey around here, so that's all she can guess. That thing, though, has powers from what you'd say from the Veil around here. The Blacklands, if he remembers correctly. That's a Shaowi version of a Ghast. That's not good.
I can't hear you over a fan. Jenner, I think your fan's going crazy.
What? I'm not. There's no fan.
Yeah, there was some sort of crazy background noise come from you, and I couldn't hear him.
The short end of it was, that's a Ghast. It absorbed energies from the Blacklands due to the thin veil here, and to ambush hunter.
Okay.
Guess. He assumed that it would be guarding some treasure or not.
Yeah. It's probably that guy, as he points to the crypt. who's probably that guy. He points to the mural of the daggers and the edgy fucker.
Soyan, as you're kind of looking around,
I already am working on it.
Yep. Okay.
This guy, Angrim, or Angus, sorry.
Oh, it's he.
Could you come over here for a moment? And she sort of pats some of the rubble.
As you kind of pat on the rubble, you notice some of it comes loose from above.
Did Liska manage to pry it open? Did I miss that?
That was a tomb lid.
Oh, that was the rubble.
We could probably, quote unquote, force our way through, but one, I would like some actual expertise, because your people built it. You could probably have a better guess at it than I can about what falls and what doesn't, because, well, the Sao just gestures to the rubble. And Liska, we probably might need some extra leverage.
I have just the thing, and she holds the sword up.
Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look in the tomb and not focus on that. What's in the tomb?
First and foremost, how about we clear the way so people don't accidentally get crushed?
You sure?
Alright. You sort of begin slowly clearing the rubble away, bit by bit, over the next 10 minutes or so. And eventually, you do begin to see, as some of the rubble also kind of crumbles down, a gap in the rubble at the very top. You can just about see over it, and it seems to exit off into some sort of darkened room beyond, as you see the lights shining through it.
Yo, did you say 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yo, guess what else takes 10 minutes? Okay. In the tomb, is there an actual body?
Yes. It's a tomb. It's a body clad in dark leathers, holding a dagger up to its chest. It appears to be a dwarven body, or a skeletal body, rather.
Skeletal body. There you go. Chuck my shit. I know. Well, you folks go ahead and clear that. I didn't mean to attack, but I guess okay.
Oh, okay then. You begin to unfurl the scroll and speak out loud. And much akin to the same sort of phenomena you saw with the throne and the body there, you see a spectral form begin to whispers through the air as the form separates, the spirit separates from the body, and it begins to sort of stand up or sort of lean up from the tomb, and its head creaks over towards you, Angus.
Nice.
This gaunt figure, partly obscured with the hood. The jaw kind of slack. The jaw falls slack, and it waits expectantly.
He points at the broken and partial mural. Your history is broken. Who are you? As he speaks in Dwarven.
Wraithbone.
Tharnecked.
I'll type it in the chat there.
Yeah, please. I'll butcher the spelling.
Wraithbone.
Cool. Cool. Does anyone have any questions they want me to ask him as you're digging away?
Why is he such a bitch? I'm just kidding. Don't ask him that.
Turns. Okay. How did you die?
That's a good one, actually.
Honorably sacrificed for the greater good.
Sacrifice for the greater good. Hunter what?
That was it. Sacrifice for the greater good.
Oh, I thought he said something before that.
Yeah, he said
honorably. Honorably. I heard hunterly. I'm like,
yeah. Honorably sacrificed for the greater good.
You have a very nice tomb. That explains that. Sacrificed for the greater good. What was the greater good that you served?
Keep the soul of Baron Din alive.
Baron Din. I do not know Barrendon. Can I do a quick history check to see if that makes any sense?
Yeah, you can make a history check.
Okay. Barrendon. Oh, I don't really know.
Doesn't ring a bell to you. You're typically familiar with the history of your own people. Yeah, for lack of a better term,
this is also super old.
Oh yes, very much so. You're not familiar with
Hurlbert, did you hear about the Barrendin? Hurlbert, do you know of a Barrendin?
Sable, are you muted?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I think he might be I think he might be AFK.
I'm here. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, I took my headset off for a bit. It was a bit of a head thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Refresh my groggy head. What's going on?
Speaking with Dead, the guy in the tomb.
Oh, okay.
Asking.
There we go.
Yeah, asking if you know of someone named Barrendin. This would be an old figure.
History, I assume, Jin?
Yeah, make a history check. 22. Let's see here.
Knew there was a reason we brought you.
You have
We didn't have a choice.
Let's see. I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay. Oh boy.
Who?
I'm awake. That name. He was the Grimhand clan. That's right. And he was famous. Yeah, he had this fancy outfit. He's Wraith ensemble. That's the right one. And I think it's like
like giving your kids hand-me-down. You got it handed down to generation. Hey, yeah, and this seems to be all about all this business is his doing. Oh, look, a hole. Rambling aside, he is of Clan Grimhand and was renowned, in particular note for his dark regalia, known as the Wraith's Ensemble.
Does it look like that?
And that was handed down to descendants.
He points to the corpse, now partially animated, as it speaks.
Hey!
Did the ensemble look like that?
Yeah, it's the ghost.
Don't worry, I got the spell on him. I'm talking to him at the moment.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it looked like. I've just heard about it.
Oh, damn.
But if his
Yeah,
descendants had it, then if this is he, then he wouldn't have it. Those who came after me.
And also, you are getting a bit of background noise now, Peter.
Yeah, it's like your background fan or like your computer's fan.
Yeah, I think it's your computer fan. Better
It's
turn it off.
surprisingly loud.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, hang on. I think I know what might fix this. Let me just...
Suddenly leaves
Suppression,
chat.
suppression.
I'm gonna have my headset off at speak on, so if you need me, yell at me.
Okay, are you having a big headache?
I'm getting kind of a dip of vibes. Does that make sense? Like I'm a bit sick.
I understand.
It hasn't stopped me thus far, but I'm getting like I had the high earlier. I had the manic high, and now I'm getting the sort of the dip. But I'm still here and I'm still good. Just taking the headset off because it mushes my head a bit.
You see as the rubble comes down as Liska's helping to clear it. The inscriptions you saw upon the walls continue on around the corner. So it seems as though the rubble may have been blocking your view of it.
Oh my.
And it opens up into this 90-foot long stone chamber. You see, rather you smell the sort of fetid, stinking water pools across the floor. Though it doesn't appear to be black and viscous. You feel the wind and stale air whip through the chamber, reopened after centuries of isolation.
Hey, we can get back there. I've got 2 more questions I can ask this lad. Does anyone have anything they'd like me to ask this important man?
What are the defenses of this place?
Oh. Yeah, there you go. How should I phrase it in the way he'll want to answer? Oh. What defences are the pride of this stronghold, Morthholm?
The sort of jaw limps open, the spectral jaw, and you hear, without it moving its sort of mummified lips, you hear it say, "Our kin sacrificed ourselves to stand watch over this place long after we left."
Yeah, there you go. So more like him and throne chair lad. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Do you have anything else that you wish to ask? I can think of perhaps one more thing.
I have a thing I could ask. What's your suggestion?
I was going to ask if these, and she like hooks a thumb underneath the amulet that she's wearing and lifts it up. It's like if these would allow us to bypass, like, do these signify that we are allies of him and his brethren?
That's a good question. I had the thought of asking if he knew the resting place of Braun, but he only knew what he would have known, so he might... If he died before Braun, he wouldn't know. And... depending how old he is... Spoken Hurlbert. That Grim lad... Grimfist, Barodin Grimfist. Do you know if he was his time before the uprising with Nogdor, meaning he would have no clue about Braun because these are fucking awakened folk, or like what's the timeline there?
Let's see, the 22 history. Best you can tell. This may have been one of Baron Din's descendants. He said his name was Tharnact Wraithborn. You recognise the individual on the murals across the ceiling as Baron Din Wraithborn. So two may have been related. It is likely this individual died.
Grimfist clan.
Yeah, of the Grimhand clan.
Grimhand. Okay.
And
yeah, I could kind of tell that there had to be something related because to keep it alive, so this dude died for his son or a child.
This individual, this Tharnact, but was a descendant of Baron Din. So either father, grandfather, great grandfather.
So on. Okay.
Yeah.
So this ain't the guy on the wall. This is his predecessor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems likely this individual may have been alive and died before the takeover of Morthholm.
That's my concern about asking. So there'd be no point, because then they would still be Morthholm from the Awakened days, not from the Braun and the flight of the Deep Doors.
The takeover of House Mortithax.
Oh, okay, so he's from the Braun times.
It would seem so.
Okay. I thought he was from the Awakened times. I got confused from the timeline there. Okay. So, Liska, since you had a good suggestion, we could ask him and see if, like, the Awakened amulet or the Signet ring, as he wiggles his finger, could mean anything or bypass traps or get us somewhere. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, if it, signifies that we are part of his allies. Or, like, part of him and his brethren.
Okay. So I can ask that, or I can also ask the resting place of Braun, so we know where it is. Though it might be a little cryptic, and maybe a wee difficult. I'm sure if we scour the place we can find it, and I could find the path if nothing else. I like yours better, never mind me. Alright, then he'll present in the hand that is wearing the ring. He'll also clench the necklace and hold it forward of the Awakened. We carry these sacred symbols. Will they define us as part of your clan, or what was the fucking verbiage?
Part of his brethren?
Yeah, part of your brethren or amongst your own for the purpose of your defences.
One final gasp of unlife fills the spectral gaping maw of this ghostly being, this essence. So long as one believes wholeheartedly in the cause, yes.
Very well. I return you to the stone for your rest. And with that, his 5 questions are done.
The body collapses.
I don't know if any of us wholeheartedly believe in the awakened.
Well, I mean, we don't, but we've also been using this to, like, stop the other skulls, so maybe that's just, like...
Maybe that's just what they say.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Can... Just because Liska knows Dwarven, can she do an insight check on that last bit?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay.
14.
Nice.
Not bad. There was a hint of zealotry to that last part, and also you gather that the, how would I put this? There may be some defences that are less easily bypassable with an amulet alone, if that makes sense.
Yes. Liska will impart that knowledge upon the group. It's like, I don't think it's necessarily that we have to... I think he's just, you know, the kind of person that would kill themselves in order to do something for the cause is the kind of person that believes wholeheartedly in it. So I think that last bit was just him being a zealot, but I do think that probably there will be further traps in the future that might require more than just the amulet.
Right.
So, what would you like to do?
Is everybody good to continue?
Yes.
I'm thinking about whether or not I should grab these. Feels a wee bit shitty to loot the corpse, but at the same time a little shitty to, you know, leave it, because part of me's curious, well, what if there's some other kin, you know, could bring it to them, but at the same time, are they good kin? And it's just, my brain's thinking and I'm just very interested. I don't want to be looting everything like a little fucking goblin, but at the same time, this seems very important. You know what? Forget it.
Alright.
Let's go.
Onward, through the breach.
Okay, as you
In we go.
clamber on through to the next room beyond.
Oh, there's those kins he was talking about.
Yep.
And you can see the the continuation of the pattern along the walls, which you can see clearly now, Angus. There you go. And that's what you see.
Let's see.
You notice across you see 5 stone thrones lined down one edge of this chamber, set up on these sort of 5 raised daises. Sat upon these thrones are 5 skeletal dwarven corpses. Each of them possess long, tattered black and gold robes, ornate black breastplates worn beneath. That very similar setup to the individual in the throne you saw before. You see the sort of withered white hairs still clinging to them in various ways, and you do indeed see similar long swords resting across their laps. And one thing that you do now see that's different: octagonal shields decorate each head of the thrones, taking centre place like a form of heraldry for their clan. And you can see each crest displayed on each of these shields seems to be some variation of Nogdor's grim-faced dwarven skull. And it seems as though Angus, in nearly 200 years of habitation by these deep dwarves, the first Ashbite clan gave rise to other splinter clans, as dwarf clans tend to do. Behind each of them, you can see these tall stone murals and a large urn resting upon a plinth. However, one of these urns is shattered from some sort of unstable collapse, or the mural behind it. And it's then that you hear this faint, ethereal, deep baritone choir. For a moment, you almost think it's sourceless until you, Sayun, recognise it as coming from behind the large, sealed stone door. Here.
Bao will quietly
There must be
bring
some
a finger to her lips and then gesture over here. And in the same gesture with the hand, make sure that everybody knows that something is going on there and it is ongoing. So be quiet. And she's gonna take up position here and be watchful of the door. That's all I got.
There you go. DM'd you a few things at us.
I'm just seeing that now. So while he's looking at that, he's just busy, or while you're pointing that out with the door and stuff, he's just busy reading these murals, and he's just kind of mouthing the words, "Oh no." We really do not want to trigger whatever these corpses are triggered by. There appears to be 4 prodigies of runic magic and powerful knights and...
Sorry, that was a spelling error. 5 rather, not 4.
5?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, wait, let me guess. If I stand here There's going to be another one. Yes.
Yeah.
Oops. These are 5. Well, shit shovers. As in, they shove your shit in. So let's not trigger whatever this trap is and have to fight him, because I don't think all of us would be leaving the room. So let's not get too close, as he kind of looks to Saoyun right there, because before we knew they were proximity based. Now it might be something else.
I'm just gonna step away.
I wonder if it could also be proximity based to some kind of door or something too. Open the wrong door and one pops up.
Thou will again make Angus aware that there's something going on behind the door.
Just the one door. Is there any other doors?
None that I can see.
Let's see. Grunko.
Mm-hmm.
Because of your enhanced dark vision, Grunko, you can see the very, very end of the hall is another door.
Yeah, it's a door there.
Okay, so
There is a door.
Yeah.
so is
Alright.
there a trap or what? Why are we panicking right now? Like, there's
So,
chanting, but what else?
Points up. So apparently there is some mean fucking knight that used runes and weapons and was just overall just very devastating. Like, old door order? No. Old door. Fucking accents. Old door black spike. And he had a bunch of apprentices, and these were his most capable. My guess is he's probably resting here somewhere, and these are his apprentices watching over him, and
Here we go.
it's not very good. And now apparently there's magic happening behind that door. I don't want to be around it. I see. Let's find maybe a way to go that isn't into the death trap room.
I don't think there is another, like, unless there is a secret door through it or something. Okay, like, all the times that something have triggered, it has been because we walk up to something and fuck with it. What if we just walk through, make sure we don't step anywhere that would allow us to fuck with something, and maybe we can get through? Or there's like, maybe there's things like with the skulls and the lanterns, like if you activate or set something on fire, like those, and she points to the things behind the thrones, like maybe you light those on fire and it satisfies them or something.
Oh, but we only had 2 of those skulls, huh?
Yes, and they're still back in that room. I just meant like, it could be something that we do.
Oh, shite, what if we have to... Oh, there goes my...
It's been an hour, so...
Makes sense. What if we, Ooh. There we go. What if we have to go into that room and get whatever the fire thing is and light up the things behind them?
Well, that's gonna be a little hard because Sao gestures. One of them is broken.
Do we have mending?
Sao just looks back at the debris and just shakes her head. No amount of mending is gonna fix that. It is broken.
So, again, where is the door that the thing is happening behind?
The door right here.
And
I'm gonna
Grok just
step
said there's
forward a
another
bit and get
door
out of the way.
way on the other end.
Make some room for Liska.
So,
As you near the door, Angus, why is that not activating? Oh, here we go. Let me just as you near the door, Angus. Come on. It should be activating.
as you need to.
Some sort of inscription upon the door lights up with a blue glow. And you feel your signet ring growing cold to the touch.
Oh, it's doing the thing again.
What thing?
Oh, it had to flash a fucking riddle. I love riddles. Oh, I think I know this one. Oh, that's easy. It's fucking sunlight. But he looks at it. You see the fucking. Do you see the runes?
Who's he talking to?
Just the rest of the party as he points at the door.
We?
Yep, you will see a number of dwarfish runes beginning to emerge, this sort of spectral glow across the front of the door.
That's it, right? I follow you in a day, but when a night or rain comes, I am held at bay. Sunlight.
I think it's actually a shadow.
Just say it again, but slowly.
It's your shadow.
No, it is your shadow because fucking overcast. You don't have a shadow, and there's no shadows at night because there's no fucking light. The sunlight doesn't follow you. Oh, that's smart. I thought it's not fair. I can make sunlight that follows me. The riddle's just dumb.
Yeah, but at night or during rain, you can also do it. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Well, you're the genius. You want to belt it out?
Oh. Sure. And she's gonna like go to the door and just kind of in Dwarven. Shadow.
The door grinds open.
Nicely done. It makes sense considering they had a bunch of shadow stalker, wraith, spooky people.
And as you enter, you notice that the chanting has ceased.
Oh, don't look right.
I immediately look right.
Yet you enter into what can only be described as some sort of chantry. It's a very tall chamber, about 40 feet from floor to ruined ceiling. And a mezzanine inscribed with the eye sigil of the awakened leads down into row after row of stone pews filled with short, stocky, skeletal remains. The air here is frighteningly cold, and you can see your breath. Some of the remains are frozen mid-scream. Others shield themselves for whatever is ahead of them.
The yard just face palms silently.
Liska's looking around, looking pretty chipper. She's like, man, I am the best dungeon getter ever. I did the skulls and I got the riddle. She's not really paying attention.
You are pretty well skilled.
It's like the church all over again.
Thank you. I don't really do much adventuring outside of... Well, not like this type. So it's, you know, it's kind of nice too. I've always wanted to, but I've mostly just been stuck to, like, you know, monster hunting, bodyguard stuff, fighting.
Gronka, at the forefront of this chamber you can see another hooded figure, wrought in stone, holding a brazier, but this one appears to be empty, besides a small black gemstone affixed within a number of sort of metal claws. A number of remains draped in black robes lay at the foot of the stone dais leading up to the stone table, and resting upon the table appears to be an emaciated corpse draped in thin black robes, much longer than the rest, indicating some form of status among what may have once been this gathering. You can see some sort of dwarvish death mask rests upon its face, and its fingers, from the light entering the room now, just glitter with jewellery. Most prominent among the gold and bronze rings is a small band of shrunken bones, tipped with an obsidian jewel.
How to say you're evil without saying you're evil.
Yikes.
Good call.
Gotta say though, that's pretty fucking brutal.
That's one way to do it.
Oh, hey,
Very
what's up with
good
all
way
these
to do
fucked
it.
up skeletons? Why are they screaming?
as Siliska suddenly pays attention.
You know, this is kind of like how we... Remember that church of Kusata? I think this is the same one.
Yeah, but they,
West.
like, those people weren't screaming. They were, like, you know, praying. Like, these people, like, was there... I can't see the far end. Was there, like, an explosion or something?
I don't
Or
know.
it's just a dude over there with like a lot of bling. Oh.
Oh.
The brazier bursts alight with blue fire. A number of runes come alight around the brazier's rim, and there's this terrible wail as long trails of shrieking energy are torn from this black gemstone, scream through the air. 4 trails surge into 4 nearby corpses, and 4 wraith-like apparitions tear themselves away from the bodies, seemingly alerted to your presence.
I feel like that was not intended.
It's not.
Into the fray, I guess.
Into the thick of it.
Go! Amulet!
I was not prepared for that thing. Oh god.
Oh, hey, let's go actually... let's actually roll pretty well.
Ah, he was.
Alright. So, hang on, let me just go back to the beginning. Come on.
First, I want to say, Janner,
Yeah.
these ghosts look really awesome, both in their tokens, but also their, like,
Animations.
pictures. Yeah, like animations, but also whenever, like, the picture in the bottom left corner, they look like ring wraiths, and I dig it.
Yeah, I
It's
fucking
really
like
good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I like the little crowny bits.
Alright, so the first up. The first wraith is going to turn towards you, Angus, and is going to sweep out a cold, necrotic, spectral claw towards you.
No.
Which does miss.
Thank goodness. I don't need to lose any more fucking permanent hit points.
Oh, is the combat music stopped? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there
So
we go.
horrible there's not another tracker.
God damn it, Herbert.
He's
You literally forgot.
Yeah. You got distracted partway through.
Just wanders away. No.
Alright, next up is Liska.
I have an idea! I have an idea!
What is it?
The ring is acting kinda funny. If I show it to him, they might go away.
Liska's going to step a hoof on the railing of the mezzanine, and she's just going to... Fuck it. She's just gonna
She can walk over this.
Yeah.
She's just gonna like walk on the backs of the stone
money.
pews and like just kind of hop down, like not caring if she crushes skeletons. And she's going to, yeah, for actually she's. How do I want to do this? Oh, and plus she's a mountain folk, so this isn't difficult terrain walking across the top of these things. She's gonna be.
I'll allow it because it's funny. It's not technically like mountainous terrain, but
It's rocky terrain.
Yeah,
it's rocky terrain.
I'll allow it.
Anyways, so-
Unusual angle. Covered with the bodies of mountain climbers who didn't make it.
and she's going to sit right there, just
All
like
right.
walk up. She's not going to attack because she trusts Angus right now, but she's there just in case. That's the end of the turn.
He's going to, since the ring was going kind of crazy, he's gonna hold it up and shout in Dwarven. Hi! And see if, as he just right forward and see if anything happens.
All right,
I was
so
really hoping you were doing for the insult roll.
So, as you thrust your... This will be as an action for you to do so. You thrust your ring forward, show it and show it to the wraith that has emerged from one of these these shrieking skeletons. You watch as the wraith seems to halt for a moment. And it seems to back away. Startled and confused, it seems.
Immediate turn to fucking Liska. Pug. Oh!
Puckers.
Another chill runs through your finger, and you can feel it in your arm now.
And he's just gonna continue to hold that sucker up. And, I feel like I need to get to the fire. My intuition. That or I'm gonna make it worse. If I do, I'm sorry, be ready to run. I'll live with my consequences or die by them. I will get to here, which is as far as I can possibly go. Which is coincidentally when I also get next to this one.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That's all I can do, buddy.
All
Action, movement. I don't have any special bonuses.
Elbert. What you doing, Sable?
I think they're pacified by the ring.
that swirly magical business seems to have triggered everything. Is that the case? Sorry, I just want to clarify. It's like this happened, and then all the spoons came to life.
It seemed to happen in that order. Yes, you saw what would look like sort of trails of spectral energy emerging from the stone in the centre of the brazier, and entering the skeletal figures of 4 of these individuals.
Okay, so
which happened after I actually started to go down and walk the hallways. So
Right.
Angus triggered the stone statues.
okay, well I'm gonna move here. So, can I try and ascertain whether this effect is due to the direct result of not direct result of an undead creature, or if it was like a magical effect that is causing initiative?
Make an Arcana check. 17. This definitely seemed like a magical effect, very similar to how the first throne you encountered was triggered. It's most likely a proximity effect reacting to some sort of intrusion, if you will.
Okay, well that's my turn.
Is that what you're going to do?
I presume that was an act. Active checks usually require an action, and I moved. I don't want to get any closer, so I'm going back here.
All right.
The irony of Angus earlier telling Sayun to be careful because it's proximity based,
Yeah.
and then going forward and triggering the proximity based thing is not lost on me.
Go, all right,
It's
Granka,
not
what you
lost
doing?
on me either.
What am I doing? Can I punch a ghost?
You can
If
you
you're
can try.
angry enough.
If you're angry enough, you can try.
I'm sure I could. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna like stand over here and wait to see if whatever Angus is doing is gonna amount to anything. So I'll be back.
If not, it'll amount to one hell of a distraction
Yeah.
and
So
flanking potential.
yeah. So I'm just gonna like.
All right. Soyun, with your passive perception, you can see what looks like very, 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 very faint tendrils of spectral energy still tethering the wraiths to the stone propped in the centre of the brazier. It's very difficult for most people to notice this, but with your keen eyes, you're able to just about see that sort of scintillating tether.
Alright. Is Angus willing?
He does not know that you're doing anything, so if you tell him, he will be.
Alright.
Because otherwise he's going to think it's in effect, because he can't see you.
Sao is gonna groan slightly, but over the earring just ask Angus rather quickly, do you want a lift?
He has the one hand pointed forward, showing the ring, and then the other arm goes up, like he's expecting to be grabbed.
Want up, please.
Liska, this looks familiar.
Alright. I take it he's willing then.
Yes.
Cool.
Maybe a little too.
Well, he's about to find something extremely disorienting. I'm going to upcast Vortex Work because I'm out of second level spell slots.
That's not good.
Third target. It does say you succeed, but again.
But you
I'm willing.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm gonna. Where do you want to go specifically? Because I can land you here or on top of the fucking thing.
Maybe don't have me crush the corpse, because it seems like it might be important.
I'm gonna land you here then.
all right.
Oh, perfect.
Yeet.
This is giving me like fucking ability were the same vibes. It's just teleport.
Yep, same.
Teleport.
Alright, so what I'll do is I'll carry 7,000 pounds worth of iron chests.
Yes.
Diogenes.
I will specify there's one thing about Vortex Warp that is kind of cool that they did foresee, and does state you have to target a surface that you can stand on. You can't just target someone and go up midair.
So question for me.
Yes.
For you, from me. To Ducky.
Yes.
How does this work? Are you just casting a spell? Do you have a magical gizmo? What does Arngrim experience?
What he experiences is what I can best describe as...
God, even I still say Arngrim.
Yeah.
Angus.
What he experiences is a brief but notably jade green mist that sort of surrounds him, and then he just, as it fades, he's now in a different place.
Okay.
Another version I had was just Orphan thing, just just circle under him and just circle over where I want to go, just whoop. But that would be too disorienting, I think. So you get teleporting jade mist.
Cool. I dig it. Alright.
That is my turn.
Alright.
Jade Misty Step.
Basically, except I can target people, which is way better. Also, I did hit enter slowly.
Okay, Dejar, what you doing?
I'm going to stand ready if things go bad with a spell.
Alright, you're gonna ready in action, yeah?
Yes, just in case things go horribly wrong.
Okay then.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Oh, fucking... God damn it. Firefox. There we go. Okay, this wraith sees you approaching Liska. It's going to make a swipe attack against you. Nope. You watch as it vanishes from view, giving you an opportunity attack.
Oh.
It disappeared and reappeared over here. Incorporeal movement.
Okay, I mean, I have to technically see it in order to get up to attack.
So it's about to fade. It's about to turn around, looks towards Arngrim, and it looks like it's about to sort of phase out from reality. It's that point that you get your opportunity attack.
Is incorporeal movement a special thing?
Is it a teleport or is it actual movement? Because if it's a teleport, then I don't think
it's actual movement. I just kind of visually flavoured it as teleporting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I didn't know if it had a cool special feature.
Nah.
Attack. And a miss. Oh no, I did. Okay.
Yep. So you strike out with your Slayer's Blade. You see some of its spectral essence dashed off to the side, scattered across the wall, and it looks a little bit smaller.
Alright. I cannot move.
Alright, let's see. So we hit. This wraith drifts over towards you. Angus is going to make a life drain attack on you. Misses. This was going to do the same. Two life drain attacks on you, both of them miss. These these horrific warped imitations of dwarves bearing these sort of iron crowns, if you will, hooded almost how would you describe it? Almost sort of Reaper-like in their imagery. Think like dwarf versions of the undead Oathbreakers from the third Lord of the Rings film.
Okay.
This one's going to make another wisdom save. Alright. It's no longer frightened of you, Angus. And you watch as it drifts underground and seemingly kind of rises back up from the stonework. Its horrific visage twisted in your direction. Let's go.
Well, it just made them scared, didn't make them think we're on their side.
Question. Do I think that I can move through the ghosts?
I mean, it doesn't seem to hold any sort of physical space the way it sort of drifts through the air. Seems as though you might be able to move through it.
Okay. So Angus is just like, it doesn't do anything. It's just making him afraid. Do they look like they're like they've been attacking him, right? Like they've been
attempting.
Okay. Alright. Liska is going to use a dash action, and she's going to come all up on and see if she can get here, and if she can occupy the space. If not, then she'll just be one back.
As the wraith takes a swipe at you as you phase through it, it just glances off. And it seems as though you might be able to occupy the same space.
Awesome. And so I've done my action, I've done my movement. I shall, I think. Oh, how do I have these spells? And I think that will be my turn. So,
okay, Angus, as you look across the stone table at this other wraith, you can see its ghostly, sort of spectral, skeletal visage seems to turn towards the other spectres with a vengeful glare.
It's turning for other spectre. And I can see this. There's one here that I can hover over, but it isn't.
Yes, you can see these two individuals.
Yeah, the bottom one I can't actually see. I just see his art and I hover over him. His token is invisible.
Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, buddy. So he's turning to the other ones with a vengeful stare.
It seemed that way.
For the ones that tried to strike me.
Best you can tell, yes.
Is this the one I feared?
This is the one you feared.
He's gonna look at it and look to Liska, and then dodge one of the attacks from the fucking other race. I think I converted it.
Wait, which one?
The metal one. I think he's my friend.
Okay.
I've got an idea.
The ghost starts to slowly look like your relative.
God, he looks fucked up, but God, he's still uncle. So I have an idea. This is a fire, right? Does this look like a spectral fire?
Yes, you can see a burning blue flame, and within that flame, kind of sort of clasped in a series of claws, is a sort of reddish-black crystal, not unlike the soul stones you've been gathering.
Alright, well, I think I know what to do. He is going to... Fuck it, ringed hand. Let's fucking go! Reach into the fire with that signet ring hand, and try and withdraw the crystal.
Alright, make a strength check. It is wedged in that claw tightly.
Strength check.
Sorry, no, well, didn't matter anyway, rather than that 20. You reach in your hand with the signet ring clasped around your ring finger, and there's this surge of cold energy that ruptures through your arm as you rip it free with a mighty crack, and the bursting energy of probably 100 souls here ruptures through your arm, but is stifled by the ring itself.
Poggers.
And it's at that point that the wraiths, one by one, seem to dissipate. As the soul stone
is a lot better than I thought it would.
The soul stone is ripped from the claw.
Huh. Gonna set the shield down and tippy toes up to Liska for a high five.
He gives him a low five.
Which is a very low.
Nope, wait.
Oh.
I think it triggered again because I moved closer.
God damn it. Damn it, Bobby.
God dang it, Salu. What did I tell you about the ghost pain?
Yeah. Sal just sort of walks up and then just looks to Arngrim. And you told me they would be proximity detecting.
Well...
You were right.
I was right, wasn't I?
You were.
It's a good thing you listened to me and you didn't trigger any proximity. Listen, okay. I got a little excited, I'm sorry.
Sal just gestures around. Look, this went smoother than most fights we've had, so no argument here from me.
If it weren't for the ghost of that cat... Sorry about my cat. Yeah, he's just gonna look about the room briefly and kind of look towards where that one wraith that fled and then returned to me and looked at the other ghosts. And he's just gonna think like real hard on that with a furrowed brow and look at the hand. I think they thought I was Nogdar.
The cold pulse within your arm fades, and you can feel it trailing to your forearm, back to your wrist, through your palm, and into your finger, back into the ring.
No,
Yeah, he's just gonna
brow at him.
He's gonna shake his arm off a bit. Let's get to a moment where we can perhaps have a pause. You know?
Bad enough.
How do we feel about that?
Fine with it.
A quick break would be nice, but first and foremost, where is Gronka?
Hello. Hello.
You hear from the darkness behind you.
Alright, there you are.
Hello.
Did you run away?
No, it's just looking from afar.
Very good. Alright. So he's gonna suggest that we get everybody together. Maybe camp out here. I'm gonna peer over this sacrifice in all the robes. Lads.
Are those items showing up for anyone?
Yeah, I can look at it.
Okay.
I can see. Is this the same ring that I think it is?
The ring?
I see there are 5 of these rings on the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
The insignia, does it match what I have?
It does not.
Oh, okay.
I spy an unidentified.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take that mask. Well, I need to focus. The signet ring. Can I tell what the signet is of?
As you kind of compare it to your own signet ring, the Ashbite signet ring. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I should recant what I said earlier. It seems to be similar to the Ashbite signet ring, but less ornate. Very likely, these are signet rings worn by the people lower down, if you will, lower down the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's very hard to have a ring as good as the fucking king's.
Oh yeah, definitely. These are signet rings to signify loyalty to the Ashbite lineage, not necessarily the king's own signet ring.
I have a plan. Big fucking brain, lads. There's 5 rings here. He's got one on a full hand. And if you're able to present one of these rings in the same way that I did, perhaps it would grant you some degree of immunity to these spirit-based traps. Fucking the good old lad earlier said it himself, that if you believe, or if you at least present these things, you may be able to just bypass them, because it's all spirits. Most of it's spirits, not mechanical. Makes sense for necromancy, but if we show these rings to the things trying to kill us, they may try and stop killing us. You don't have to overcome the trap if the trap just looks at you and decides not to turn on.
It'd help quite a lot.
What about the weird ring? She points to the bone one with the, like, black stone.
I could identify it.
Yeah, it's up to you.
would probably be a good idea, because
Again, I feel like this is that kind of curse thing, you know?
Alright.
that too.
Yeah, I really don't want it to be cursed, but I do have remove curse prepared in case we have any more accidents. Alright, I can identify it. Does anybody else care to ritually identify this while I set us up for a wee break?
I can.
Okay,
Give me something to do.
here you go.
Right.
We
Do
wanna
that.
have a rest the back of the chamber here, or I'd prefer we do it away from various skeletons.
Well, we can either rest on the weird symbol, or we can clean up some of these cobwebs and rest in these corners up here, where it's a little bit higher and drier.
Bear.
Honestly, I think for high and dry.
To be a kind
Yes.
of pipe sound.
So,
I've not heard of anyone trying to pursue us, so we might be fine.
I think we're okay.
Honestly,
Place gives me the creeps.
It's very unusual. He's he'll clear this up. He'll begin preparing little snacks and stuff for us.
Okay.
Did you put in the party chat or what?
The unidentified ring should still be in the casket, in the item pile there. If you wish to loot
Okay.
it.
I will loot it.
Okay. So, spending a short rest here for the meantime,
Yep.
and you are identifying it.
I identify. Where are you at? You. Go. It's
Okay, so as you spend a moment here to rest, you cast Identify on the ring, and that should now be identified for you.
Okie dokie.
It is a Wraith ring.
Oh. Oh dear. Let me take a gander. Oh, snap.
So spend any hit dice you have. Don't think anyone. I don't think anyone's been damaged.
Except me.
Yeah.
Due to my foolishness.
I also have a bit of damage, but
I know that we've got blasted from the temple that reduced our max, which sucks.
So what is this? What is this ring, Dajal?
Well, is a part of a set piece apparently. That's, I'm reading this correctly. While wearing this ring, you use an action to cast Kill Touch from it. Attack bonus of +5. This version of the spell uses your level to determine the spell's damage instead of only casting it at its lowest level. Gain a plus bonus to attack, spell attack and damage rolls if in dim light, or +2 if you're in darkness. In addition, while you're in dim light or darkness, you choose to cast a spell as a melee attack instead of a ranged one. You already know the Chill Touch spell. You gain these benefits even if you cast a spell without using the ring. Oh shit. And here's the set description. Dying does not end your attunement to this magic item. In addition, if you're attuned to all 3 items with this named property, you treat bright light, but not sunlight, as if it is dim light or darkness. For the purpose of this item's various properties, use the bonus action to reveal or suppress one or more of the item's visual effects. While an item's visual effects are suppressed, you don't gain the benefits of that item's other properties.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
That's
So it essentially gives you access to the chill touch cantrip, and if you're in dim light or darkness, it gives you a +1, or yeah, it gives you a +1 and a +2 to the damage rolls respectively.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, everything got really bright over here.
Yeah,
That's
drift glow.
drift glow. Let's see here. Check my spells here real quick.
Don't forget, you're gonna get back an extra D8, so spend your things one at a time. Because you get only one, but you get a single free D8.
I'm gonna roll that along with. I only did twice. So, a single D8.
While we're here, Liska's going to use the thread of fate and just be like, okay, time to do it for the day. She's going to offer it to anybody else who wishes to.
I mean, after staying in the ring, he'll do this fate thingy. Fate Dodakahito.
I don't think I need to short rest, but I don't know what I've spent that. Yeah, it's just okay. Just double checking.
That is
Is
a
there
very
something
good
to do?
item.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm liking the idea of set items in this game.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Me too.
So we have to go back and loot the corpse of that. Oh no!
I mean, we are gonna head out of this dungeon as well, so
Yeah, might as well.
We're on the way out. Probably we'll have some kind of good thing happen, so we don't get, spirit ambushed. But on the other hand, maybe we anger the whole fucking lot. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, holds up the ring, and this is a very powerful item. Anyone who wears this gets the spell Kill Touch, and it amplifies it, even if you, let's say, learn the spell Kill Touch, quite greatly. Who wants this? I want to ask first.
Does it require attunement?
Yes, it does.
Then I shall pass.
Argrim just pinches his brow. I'm pretty sure that goes the race with the honored dead back there.
Yeah, it is.
Let's keep the item for now.
Alright.
Okay.
You want me to hold on to it, or do you?
You could probably hold on to it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's a hello, welcome.
I mean, all in all, I think that we will have to. How long does your detect magic last?
Hold on.
If I remember correctly, it's like about 10 or so minutes, yes? That's what it seems to last for, about thereabouts, whenever you cast it.
Yeah, you're correct.
Should we just, do a quick scan using that of, where we've been recently? Like if anything super magical pops out.
That's a really good idea. Let's do that. Let's do a quick sweep over.
Oh, hold on.
So I have a question. Didn't so not in this room, nor the room of the 5 guys to the thrones, but the one before with the dude where we cast Speak with the Dead. Didn't Dejar cast Detect Magic in there at some point in time? Would it still be?
She did.
Would 10 minutes have passed?
10 minutes would have passed by now.
Okay, just double check.
Even if we just took 12 seconds to do this encounter.
Yeah.
We barely even got to round 3.
Yeah. This fight didn't last long.
Well, I got there very quick thanks to your help.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more fun, but I feel like Jenner's gonna try and curb me from teleporting people around.
You know what? I've learned my lesson from that session. Don't steal people out of their clever plans. It doesn't feel good, you know.
And if you think about it, he would have been there next turn anyway.
Yeah.
So,
which is fair enough.
I just sped things along.
Yeah. No, it was a good Vortex Warp is a fun spell. It's great for good plans.
We do have a perfect moment here to stop for today.
Oh yeah, it is time.
With a short rest.
We did, yeah. You did. Actually, speaking of short rests, Angus, did you want to do anything on a short rest, or would you like to save that for next session?
Let's save that for next time. I think that'd be a fun opener.
All right. So, so you rest here for a moment, taking in the rather unnerving surroundings, the skeletal figures around you, frozen.
This is going to go up to the top of the mezzanine where all the skulls are not facing.
Okay.
And she's going to chill up there.
Okay. The shrieking visages of these numerous skeletal figures, taking in the first your first venture into the sunken ruins. We'll end the session for today there.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna. Unless anyone has anything to say, I'm gonna stop recording in 3, 2, 1.